Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our Dungeons and Dragons misadventures. Tonight, we are going to be playing another journey into the land of the Nyx Coast. Tonight's episode title is Terror in Mulbern. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and plug a few things. If you want to support the channel and you can go over and want to donate to anything on my throne, you can go over to that through the link in the that will be in the Twitch chat. And if you would like, or if you would like to support the channel in a different way, you can subscribe with Twitch Prime sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to one creator for free every month. If you would be so generous, you could send it over my way. If you want to, if you want to watch any of the older streams, you can go over to my YouTube channel, which will also be in Twitch chat. And then if you want to follow me anywhere else besides here on Twitch or YouTube, you can keep up with me over on Blue Sky. Just as a heads up, my Blue Sky is 18 plus. So just know that before you're going in. Just going to say, as I have been for the past few streams, on August the 4th of this year, I will be doing a 3D debut for my VTuber model. I put out a video very recently on my YouTube channel that you can check out at the link in the Twitch chat, and you can to see kind of more details about that. But we will be doing a debut for my VTuber model on August the 4th at 9 p.m. EST, and that'll last until about 2 a.m. EST the next day. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started and go say hi to my players. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How is everybody doing this evening?
Great.
Good.
Pretty good, all things considered.
Fantastic. Me. Turn you up just a smidge, Eldritch.
No problem.
Okay, so, welcome everybody. We're gonna go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves. But we will be introducing your characters when we actually pen in on the, you guys are going to be in a tavern, in the city of Threshold to begin with. And then you will be moving from there, which is the, starter town that everybody starts in this, particular world. Going to, Mulbern, which is the site of today's adventure. So we're going to start at the right side of the table. Crow, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of continue from there.
So, just introduce myself, no character to
no character yet.
Hello, my name is Resident Scarecrow, but please just call me Crow. Now is about the time I would usually say, and tonight I am playing. But you have not seen my character yet, so I will not do that yet. However, I will say, you cannot find me on Twitch anymore because I have not streamed in over a year. You cannot find me on Blue Sky because I do not run with what my proper screen name is, and you cannot find me on Twitter because I do not have a Twitter. Yeah, that's about it. You can only find me in Belle's backyard.
Yep.
Scaring away carrion birds.
Fantastic. All right. Up next, Abby, why don't you introduce yourself and your character, please? Or not your character, just you.
Yeah, big, fuck. Sorry. Only I'm repeating my character. But no.
Yeah,
I am Abby, or Poppy. You can find me on A Petite Poppy on all forms of social media. Unless I forgot, then yaha, you found me. I'm a trickster little satyr. Little fake-coded, steals your names, your pronouns, your socks, whatever you don't want, I'll take gladly, and I use the she/her pronouns.
Fantastic, thank you. Venny, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Venny Clara. I use they, she, and it pronouns. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, pretty much everywhere as Venny Clara. And yeah, tonight something weird is going to happen, I think.
Fantastic. Jess, why don't you introduce yourself? You're the only one that's allowed to introduce your character, because we've already seen yours before.
Hi, my name is Jester, or Void. You can call me either or. I go by he, him, or it. It's pronouns. You can call me either or. Also, really, pick your own adventure as long as you choose the proper options. I'm here on Twitch at Beckoning Void. I haven't streamed lately, but I intend to do that here in a couple months. Here when I get better internet. Tonight, I am playing Anoma Mistvale, a rogue changeling, who is also a planeswalker and currently adjusting to the weird shift in. What do you mean I'm not being hunted down for a weird fucked up collection? What do you mean that's not what's currently happening to me? Also currently on a mission to like relocate their twin brother, but that's fine. He's safe, or so he's been told. They've been told. So, Noma also goes by any pronouns. Any pronoun you throw at them, they will take. It does not matter.
And finally, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But no, that's it. That's my little guy.
Alrighty. Finally, Eldritch, why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll get started.
Not my character.
Nope, not your character.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Eldritch, a fairy golden queen on Twitch, and go by she, they, and that's about it. Hi.
Okay, so we pan in to the village of Threshold, a small, middle-of-the-road village in virtually the, dead center of the world, the town is very much a one horse kind of town. It's small. It's secluded by a rather large forest, and it is quiet as of the moment. You all are in the Part and Parcel Inn and Tavern, and we're gonna go ahead and put your tokens on the map.
Oh, I love looking at the tokens. Look at all of them.
Oh, nope.
Look at them.
And then where is do it? There we go.
I was muted, but I said, "Oh, two Nomas, we found your brother."
It's true. He's been here the whole time and didn't even tell me.
Yep.
Means to me.
Rude to you.
Sorry,
even.
baby.
So we pan in on the Part and Parcel Inn as, it's a rainy day. It's overcast, it's gloomy, the rain is pouring down, and a few of you are just getting into town. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick on each of you, and you're gonna introduce yourselves, your character. Abby, why don't you go first? Tell us about your character, please. Describe your Blorbo.
Hello. Okay, so I almost went, "Hi, I'm Abby." Just like we're doing like, one of those Alcoholic Anonymous kind of situations.
Yep.
But no. So panning in to, I imagine, a very small little halfling who is now probably drenched from the or no, you said it's overcast. It's not raining yet.
No,
right?
it's raining. It's
raining? Okay.
Yeah, it's raining.
But 3 foot tall, small but in charge, young lady with like olive tan or olive complexion, long burled like brown hair that's kind of pulled back in like a high ponytail, with a golden bandana, wearing typical paladin kind of chainmail kind of armor, that has accents of orange, gold, and red. Some say looks like visages of the sun, but there is no like clear indication of what god she is worshipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Small, in charge, young lady who's probably trying to wring out water from her deep curly hair in the tavern.
Fantastic. Yeah, the Barkeep is a halfling woman, older, graying around the roots. Very obvious that she keeps her hair dyed. And she'll go, "Welcome in. You can have a seat anywhere you'd like."
Why, thank you. By any chance, ma'am, do you have a like towel or something? I want to get water everywhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And she'll kind of hop down from the stool that she was sitting on behind the bar and kind of walk over with like an armful of warm towels and hand them to you. And if you want to get out of that soggy armor, you can go right over here. She'll gesture to a small, it looks like almost a sauna room. And there's some linen clothes you can change into. You can keep them for free.
Oh, thank you.
No
Fine
problem.
establishment.
Thank you.
We'll see you for a drink in just in a moment.
Alrighty. Drinks are on the house tonight. We had some folks just clear out an some old trouble that happened in the woods up north. So we're gonna have free drinks for everybody tonight and food. We got a big pot of this real good venison stew on the wall. You're gonna love it. And she'll kind of let you go to change and get out of your soggy armor.
Yeah.
And she'll hop back up on the bar. Up next, Crow. Why don't you introduce your character as they either are already in or are coming in from the rain?
My character is absolutely just now coming in from the rain. They are a kind of taller, vaguely human-looking man. Just clothes are your typical mix between a ratty sailor's outfit and pirate garb. And they've got this big smile, not even bothering to wring out their clothes as they step in from the rain, almost as if they're used to being covered in water. Their hair is slicked back and in clumps, the rain making it look like his hair is almost smooth. And he's giving this big old smile to the barkeep, just, "So, what do you got to drink tonight?"
Well, it's ale, free for most people, but you don't happen to be one of those brigand folk that came in and tracked mud all over my bar, were you? The pirates that just recently got back on their ship because I chased them out of here with a very large knife?
"Oh, no, my crew, they left me a few parts ago."
Okay. Well, as long as you're not with the ones that just track mud all over my bar, I just mopped in here. You keep your feet clean when you come through my establishment. Free ale on tap. It's right over there.
"You have just spoken two of the most beautiful words I have ever heard. Free ale." And he pulls off his little boots, dumping
There's a
bit of
little
water.
area to put your boots in, like right next to the thing, and they're like almost the Japanese style slippers that you can put on.
Oh, he's going barefoot and he's keeping his boots like in his pockets.
Okay. Muddy ass pockets.
Yes.
Got it. This
I mean, he's gonna dive into the water later, so it's fine.
She's gonna stab you to death if you get mud in her bar. Up next, Venny, why don't you introduce your character? Describe your Blorbo for us.
Yeah. So, at the door, a very tall woman enters and magically dries and cleans herself off from mud and water. Yes, she is 7'7". Don't worry about that.
The halfling goes, "See, that's how you gotta be. You gotta clean see. You should learn some magic, Mr. Pirate."
Tensuyu sort of just holds up his hands like, "What? You say it like it's the easiest thing."
It is.
uh,
Like
The look of
and
betrayal.
she waves her fingers, and you're clean now.
he shrugs, like clearly at a loss for what to say, and just puts his now clean boots back on with a cheerful little smile.
Fantastic. And tell us what your characters look like. Crow, you go first. Tell us what your character looks like.
Tensuyu is a slightly above average height, tan-ish skin, clearly used to spending time in the sun. These piercing blue eyes, like looking deep into the ocean. Brown hair that ends in orange tips.
Fantastic.
And sharp little elf ears.
Alrighty. And Jenny, why don't we, or Vinny, why don't you describe Jenny for us?
Yeah, she is a 7'7" woman that, in spite of her general clothing being very flowy in general, you can see she has a lot of muscle underneath.
It's the big wizard robes and then just a ripped lady underneath it.
Yeah, she has a dagger on her side next to on the opposite side of a book, and she is using a stick, or a staff rather, to help her walk a little, just because why not. Her clothing is, for the most part, very dark and neutral grayish and blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Tones. Her hair is a
Is Vinny cutting out for anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
A little bit.
Her hair is a very deep lavender.
Mm-hmm.
And her ears are like those of a cow, to be honest.
Yeah. So generally, furball with a bluish skin complexion,
And when
white
she
in hair.
smirks on her mouth.
But yeah, so you guys are kind of gathering in the bar. And then Eldridge, why don't you introduce your character for us?
Sure. Duat would probably be in the back until the barkeeper would ask for them to help. In which this 7-foot metal person would walk out of the back, like essentially the backroom door, covered in like purplish black robes. You can't really tell if it's their actual face or just a faceplate, and their arms seem to be relatively longer the more you stare at them, in the sense of if you look too long, they become very uncanny valley to you.
Almost like a bugbear's arms.
Almost like a bugbear's arms, yeah. And they sort of walk around, start handing out free drinks and whatever else people order. If they get to your table, you can also look closer and you can see under the faceplate is some sort of crystal, which is like a purplish hue. And if you look closer, it's almost swirling inside that almost looks like the night sky itself.
So, for those of you that are from this world, the all but one of you, what you would know is that many decades ago, there was a war between the dwarves of the Tig of Relkadoom and a small contingent of gnomes who had attempted to take the Tig. One of the things that ended up happening was there were so many casualties amongst the dwarves that they made these like metal golems to basically put the souls of fallen dwarven soldiers in, and those golems were the first warforged. They have since kind of died out. No, working warforged are not very common at all, but this is one of them.
Stairs.
But yeah, you guys all kind of are able to gather in the bar, begin to eat and drink, and have a nice, a nice little evening's reprieve from the storm. Before you can see a tall, hunched over gentleman in this like dripping wet red cloak, heavy looking armor, long gray beard, warhammer at his on his hip, kind of comes in, sits down at the bar, trails mud through the whole thing, and sits down at the bar and goes, "Barkeep, I need whatever the strongest stuff you got is." And you see the barkeep kind of squint and look at this guy and go, "Didn't I cut you off a few weeks ago?" And he goes, "I don't have time for that. I need something to drink because I gotta go back to the town I was just in, try and purge a cult." "I'm sorry?" And that is kind of where I will give you guys a chance to investigate.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
Oh
yeah. So
was...
I forgot to let you get your character back into the bar. My bad. Go ahead and describe your character for us, for those who have not already met your character. Which is like this whole party. My bad.
No worries. I thought I was waiting for a different introduction. Or some sort of thing. I believe the last time, what is it? The last time, I was in this, you described there were in fact other changelings.
Yeah, like
existing in the
changelings
area?
are like a common race. They're in this particular region of the world because the Fae are very prevalent in this area.
I was thinking in my head of like, Noma is probably, or was probably hanging out, in, like, with, like, so I remember the last time there was like two talking in the bar?
Yeah.
So I imagine Noma at least hanging out or sitting with them, having been talking to them at one point. Before viewer discretion, I had a reference. I have like their changeling form, but I don't think that's what they're in right now.
Okay.
So sort of, human-like in appearance. Sort of, a little bit past the shoulder length, wavy, dark red hair. Thinking. Like, you know, like the thing that people do where they have like slits in the eyebrows from
Yep.
like various scars or whatever? one of this. I'll send the image of the thing that I'm looking at, that I'm failing at describing. Or not quite failing. I was looking at more of this, more of a rugged sort of...
So a kind of rugged androgynous look.
Yeah. Yeah. Blue eyes. Just right now, probably just got done talking and just probably got up to stretch their legs and get up and go up to the bar. But probably got up around the time the fucking guy walked in with his muddy ass shoes.
Yeah. So, you all kind of have seen this very rude human man trump through the bar and start talking about a cult and purging said cult. What do you do?
I had an immediate gut reaction.
I also have an immediate gut reaction, but mine's more a shit stirrer reaction.
Phenomenal.
Mine's also shit.
Alright, so Void, would you like to go first?
Mine was going up to this guy and just going, "What's your problem?"
Oh, mine was directed to the bartender.
Okay, so you can do this simultaneously. How do you approach this in character?
Because Noma's sort of adjusted, and the barkeep sort of is chill, and has sort of seemed like chill lady who's trustable. It's just just sees this guy walking, fucking just being an ass. Just walking right up to him.
For you, this guy's been in this bar 3 times in the past 3 nights. Got shit-faced drunk, and then started ranting about a cult every time. This is not the first time he's been in this bar. This is the first time he's been in here sober.
Okay, so change in the approach with information. And also to pull this guy's fucking bitch ass attitude at least a little bit away for a hot second. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So sorry, what's going? So sorry, this is the first time I've actually been able to fully follow what's going on with the cult shit, quote unquote.
He turns to you, and he goes, "There's a cult in the village of Mulbern. I can prove it, but no one believes me."
Well, I've got nothing to do.
He looks at you, he looks you up and down and goes, I don't think just you can help me, but I appreciate the offer. We'd need more than one person, but right now I need a drink.
But you're cut. You are currently cut off.
No, I was cut off yesterday. I'm sober now. And the bartender goes, "You can't, Mr. Rainier, you cannot drink here anymore. I banned you from it." He goes, "I don't care if it's alcohol. I just need something to drink. I am thirsty." And she just puts up a very large, you see her put up a fucking pint glass worth of water, and he downs it in one. The man was just really thirsty.
God. Man fucking tired.
Yeah.
Thirsty. Tensuyu looks at the bartender after she serves the drink. "So you give him a drink after he tracks in mud, but you give me shit for just standing in the doorway with it."
No, trust me. Later, I'm going to shank him. I just, he's paying for his, he's apparently going to be looking for people to help him, so I'm going to let him do his thing, and then I'm going to stab him.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You better be telling the truth.
You see her
he's-
slowly slide a stiletto dagger out of a sheath.
Approving nod before he Tensuyu turns to the dude who just walked in. So you said you were looking for help?
He'll turn to you and he goes, "Are you a fish man?"
His hair kind of drops in front of his face, changing colors so that it's a more greenish color. What gave it away?
I've been around a lot of people of your persuasion. I used to live on the coast.
Oh,
Accidentally pulled one up with a net once. It was an awkward situation.
I bet it was. Tell me, did you happen to catch their name when you did?
No, I didn't. I just kind of let him go and apologized, and they flipped me off and swam away.
That sounds about normal. And he will push his hair back into place as it shifts back to its usual brown with orange tips. I'm Tensuyu Tempura, like the dish.
He will shake your hand and go, Radovan Rainier.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Rainier.
I am a priest of St. Cuthbert, and I believe that the church in Mulbern has been taken over by cultists. To what god I can't tell you, or whatever machinations they have, but I know they've corrupted the worship of my god in that town. And they've been doing some right awful things, and I can't go down there by myself.
Well, so far you've got two people offering help. Maybe before the night's up you'll get some more.
Maybe.
By the way, Belle,
Yes.
now that this guy's gotten his drink, does he have any reaction to there being a warforged working at the tavern?
So you can kind of see that this dude, like I said, he's been in here before, so he's probably seen you.
Maybe, yeah.
So he probably the first night when he came in, he was not he was very taken aback by the fact that you were a warforged, and kind of like, oh shit, I've never seen a fucking working robot before. But like after that, he was very much okay, I am not too upset by this, but I am kind of terrified.
Yeah, they do sort of like come up to the bar and start cleaning and turn to the barkeep. Ma'am?
Yes. How? What can we do?
I was hoping to ask you if I could join them for the time being.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't hurt.
They obviously need help.
Yeah. From the look of him, Radovan does look like he's in some desperate need. If you want to go with him and, the rest of this group, you absolutely can.
Yeah, they sort of nod. I will come back if I can.
Well, if you can, do so. If not, we both know that it wasn't always gonna be you and me against the world, so to speak.
It has been a pleasure working with you.
As it has with you. I understand that sometimes these things what's a word I could use that's and she'll kind of think on it and go, these things are often meant to be when they happen, and I am glad to see that you have found a cause. And she'll pat you on the shoulder.
Yeah, if she's able to.
She's on a stool. She
Fair
can
enough,
she
yeah,
can
good.
she can pat you on the shoulder.
Yeah, you sort of nod and bow a little bit. I'll get my stuff from the back room.
Yeah, go right ahead. I put a pouch with 30 silver pieces in it with your things, just in case this were to happen.
That is very kind of you.
She'll smile and she'll nod and she goes, "You be safe out there."
I will try my best.
And she'll nod as you kind of head out. And Radovan goes, "Well, that's 3. Are there any other? And he'll kind of gesture to the bar, of those who would be willing to help me purge a cult of evil machinations in a town south of here?"
Venny, if you happen to be talking, you are muted.
I do believe Vinny is BRB'd.
That is also probably true.
Also, Abby, if you're talking, you're also probably muted.
Sorry, I got up for a second. Hi,
okay.
hello.
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 Basically, the drunken war priest has asked if people are willing to help him go and purge a cult.
Yeah, I feel like Rosie would eventually leave the sauna, kind of carrying part of her armor in her, like probably like the chest piece
Yeah.
and the gauntlets, over her shoulder, while she's like toweling off her hair and going, "What are you going on about? I'm so sorry."
There's a
you're-
cult to the south
Mhm.
that's been essentially using the good name of Saint Cuthbert to do egregious things.
Oh, I'm mighty sorry to hear that. Do you need help with that, sweetheart?
That would be appreciated, yes.
Now, are we talking about a grand number of members, small number of members? You're not really sure.
I don't know the exact number, the exacts
Mhm.
of their number. I know that they had about 10 of their number when they kicked me out of the church.
And this was recent?
This was 3 months ago. And the bartender goes, "Ah, that would explain why you've been in my bar every night, getting drunk and yelling about
Yeah.
cult shit."
Huh. And I assume it's getting quite worse that you're now, ready to go solve the problem now compared to a couple months ago?
Well, a few months ago, I didn't much know that there would be people that would be willing to help me.
Well, you always have to ask. You're asking right now, so good on you.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lovely group of people who would love to help.
yeah. That's why I'm kind of here asking for those who are willing to help me in my quest. And this guy, he seems to be getting more and more like flustered about the fact that he didn't just ask for help to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Rosie is definitely giving you. So you've been here for 3 months, and now you're asking for help.
Yeah, exactly. That's how he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Rosie tries to shuffle them herself up on a stool, and then try to get the barkeep's attention
Uh,
and be like,
mhm.
ma'am, can I get like a warm kettle going? And then we'll druid craft like basically chamomile leaves.
And she'll nod and
I think the gentleman needs
hand
it.
you a kettle that she casts heat metal on, and it
Yeah.
becomes she puts it up on the thing. Here you go.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna offer him chamomile tea.
He drinks it. He drinks it very, very, very readily, and we'll kind of down it in one, and it's slow, but like he does drink it quicker than he probably should have.
Careful, it could scald your. Okay.
Trust me, I've had worse.
Yes, but we do need to. We don't want you to damage your vocal cords or anything, though I'm sure there's a healer or something that could probably fix that. But we don't want to like cause more harm and stress on you.
Yes, do no harm and all that. And you see, this guy is he's an older looking gentleman, probably been through quite a few adventures. He's not super he doesn't look like he's a higher level adventurer. He looks like probably more experienced than you are, but not exactly a whole lot more experienced, if that makes sense. And he looks like probably he spent a lot of his time in the church, doing, basic cleric stuff. Probably kept whatever village he lived in safe. But also he looks like he's a paranoid old man.
Understandable. I vibe with it.
And he just kind of goes, these folks, and he'll gesture to the other four who had kind of gathered around him, have offered their service to help. Would you, little one, be willing to come with me and help me in my quest?
Biggest kind of like warm mom smile that she could muster and be like, of course, darling. Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then turning towards the others. Hi, I'm Rose of Rosewood. Pleasure to meet y'all.
Hi. You can call me Noma.
Delightful name. Gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah.
Does anybody else gonna introduce themselves? Crow?
No other names.
Uh,
You only get one.
Technically, Tensuyu already
Well, yeah.
introduced himself, but that
Rosie was in the
just
sauna.
to-
Yeah, Rosie was in the sauna.
Rosie was in a sauna. We had the Warforged focused on serving drinks, and I just forgot Void's Blorbo's
Noma.
name.
Noma.
Noma? Thank you.
Noma G.
Gee.
So Tensuyu holds his hand out to Noma in a very much informal handshake. I'm Tensuyu Tempura, like the dish. A bit of a joke between my old crew and I. Any takers? No? Okay.
Oh, you.
And he puts his hands in his little pirate coat, still smiling at the group.
If it's anything, Noma did give you like a small smile, but it's not shaking hands.
Completely understandable. There is a constant smell of sea salt on them.
Not a bad smell, to be honest, to have on a person.
Salty sea dog.
Yeah, salty little sea devil.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Rosie would probably end up shaking your hand. She seems at this hat.
Yeah, if I was gestured towards her, she would. Both tiny little halfling hands and cap holding one hand.
Oh god, that's even funnier to me now
Yeah.
because it's just the more emotionally mature one has the
Yep.
much smaller stature.
Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Tempora.
Oh, please, don't be so formal.
September was my father.
Mr. Tempora was the captain.
Interesting name.
Again, it was an old joke.
I mean,
I'll
I
explain
can't.
it to you one day over drinks, assuming we all get through this just fine.
I can't say that I haven't had any weird names, so I can't exactly call on it.
Tetsuyu will kind of look Noma up and down.
Uh-huh.
Is it obvious Noma is Fae adjacent?
Physically, I'd have to say no, but you could probably devise it from the way they talk. And the implication that they've had many names. Or an insight check. Could also work. Cause it's not, cause the disguise is meant to make, them look like a human person.
DM, AI insight check.
So here's my question. Right?
Yeah.
Would logically Tetsuya be looking for Fae?
Not Fae. Not Fae, more scoundrel. Kind of like other crew members he's had, where I haven't had any weird names implies having other names, and so to Tetsuyu, it's you have had to change your name.
So I will say that you can insight for that, but that insight will not just immediately tell you whether or not this person is Fae.
You're scoping out scamp energy.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Rascal.
Big Five.
I have it set to auto advantage. Okay.
What is
Advantage toggle? There we
yeah,
go.
so again, knowing that, not looking specifically to figure out if you're Fae or not, so probably not gonna get that immediately. What does a 19 get for your new party member?
A 19 gets, like, there's definitely that, kind of, shifty look that a lot of shady figures tend to have, like, constantly looking over their shoulder when they don't think people are looking. The kind of the stance they have to be ready at any moment in case someone decides, they're no longer friendly. So putting on a face of, I'm chill, but the body language is, very much, it's the scamp readings are off the chart. The Geiger counter is going crazy right now.
Tetsuya gives Noma a knowing grin and a bit of an I know what you are kind of stare. Not knowing at all that they are Fae, but just immediately pegging another Chaos Gremlin.
Valid and fair. The ranks grow slowly.
They do grow. But
yeah, that's what you get.
You're able to get that from your companion. Obviously a little sketch, but not seemingly maliciously.
Yeah, not maliciously sketchy, not trying to fucking rob you. Just big vibing.
All vibes, all the time.
All vibes, every day. Yeah. Do we have the group together, or are we still waiting on one more person?
I believe the whole group is together. We're gonna go ahead and say that Venny's character kind of already signed up for the journey.
Mhm.
Because Venny
Yeah.
is BRB'd.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're able to kind of get together with the group and defer to head out and help this this tired looking old man who definitely just does not I finally decided on a token for him.
Fantastic.
Before we head out, it is also very noticeable that the Warforged has not introduced themselves.
You are more than welcome to do so.
No, they won't. If you remember the lore, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. And Radovan will kind of turn and look you in the face and go, and you are?
They sort of tilt their head to the side, sort of processing. You may call me whatever you want.
Spooky Robot.
Strange name for a companion.
You, spooky robot.
We're just gonna call you
Well,
Spooky, or at least I am.
I'm just gonna keep referring to them as whatever you want. That is their full name now.
Yeah, names do have power. The cleric will.
They do.
The Fae very suddenly they do.
Names hold a lot of power to a lot of different people. To a lot of different things.
Not trying very hard to hide that you are Fae.
What? I'm just agreeing with the man. Yeah, names hold a lot of power. I'm agreeing with his statement.
Uh-huh.
Goodness.
It was the immediate snap to it. Was the thing I'm laughing at.
Call it instinctual.
And Radovan will kind of place a bag full of coins on the table and go, "This is 13 gold pieces worth of electrum. Or no, 16. That way it's even. It's the way it can be split evenly. No, 20. Because 20 gold's worth of electrum, because 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20. Yeah, 20. So everybody can get fucking 4 gold each.
Hell yeah, dog. I'm now up to 10 gold. Let's go.
And he'll go.
We're living it.
And he'll go. You can use this to buy supplies, and I will pay you again once the job is done. Once we have finished off the cult in the south. We leave in the morning.
Sounds good to me. Alright, sounds good.
I can agree to that.
Is there any other information that you happen to have on the cult? Or is it just
From what I can tell,
any-
they are using the name of St. Cuthbert to get the townsfolk to trust them. And it seems to be working. Mulbern was a quaint little small fishing village before these people came in and took the church over. And since then, anyone who speaks out against the church is either excommunicated or just straight up killed as being considered possessed. as their reasoning
Ugh.
for the people to not attack them.
Ew, that's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's not great. Well, good to
Never
know.
heard of a church that did things like that, having exactly the best of intentions.
Exactly. So I appreciate your help. And he'll put down 5 gold pieces and go, for my friends to stay in the luxury rooms. And fucking the barkeep goes, all right, and puts the all right, and then puts the gold into the little cash register, and she'll hand each of you a gold key to your rooms.
Oh, thank you. You. That's very kind of you.
I figure if you're gonna help me kill a bunch of cultists, you might as well have a good night's rest.
Yeah, that's very. I appreciate it.
Sorry if I sound a bit rude suddenly asking this, but what way do we intend to get to the town you're talking about? Horseback, walking, boat?
I have a cart and a horse, and I was going to drive the cart.
Good to know, good to know. I have to mentally prepare myself for overland travel.
Oh yeah, and you don't have you're too used to your sea legs.
Too used to me sea legs.
I understand. My father was a sailor and he hated overland travel. So
Well, I'm off to, actually, where's the general store in town? I need to pick up a good few things.
Marjorie, the barkeep, will just go, well, you could go down to Smithy's general goods store and get things from there. The name is a little misleading. His name is Norman Smithy. He's not actually a smith.
Did his parents name him that, hoping he'd become a smith? Or
That's
was it just
that's their last name.
irony?
They've been a line of smiths for their entire life, and they're Smith, and so their last name was Smithy, and then he just decided not to continue the family tradition. There's also an open marketplace. You can get discounted goods.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you for the heads up. And Tetsuya will quickly make his way over to Norman's shop
Okay.
because he needs some stuff for overland travel and also for prolonged expeditions.
Yeah, so entering Norman Smithy's shop, you see a gnomish gentleman with a very, very ornate mustache standing behind a small counter, polishing a set of daggers.
Sees the ornate mustache. Immediate minor distrust. Look, anyone who can take care of a mustache and make it look that good is someone with too much time on their hands. Tetsuya is suspicious immediately.
Understandable.
And he kind of walks up to the counter. So, I'm in the need of some good supplies and was told this is the place to get
Oh yeah,
decent
no.
quality.
Oh yeah, no, don't. I got plenty of supplies, don't you know? Yeah, he's from Wisconsin.
Don't you know?
Oh no, but he's from Wisconsin.
What kind of supplies can I be getting you?
Right, I'm in the need of some motion sickness things, so ginger root, fermented ginger beverages, as well as a few days rations.
Here's what I can do for you. Here's what I can do for you. I can put your ginger in your rations and include them with some cheese. It's it's some of the best stuff I've ever made. And he puts up this ginger root brie cheese. And he goes,
Oh.
it's been infused in the cheese, and it's been it's been aged, so it's good sharp cheese, and I can put a slice of this in 10 days worth of rations for a gold piece.
You see Tetsuya kind of doing some math on his fingers. Alright, and he's sort of muttering to himself, and he just nods. That sounds like a good enough deal for me. I'm used to, well, I was never exactly the quartermaster when I was sailing, so...
I understand. Sometimes pirates can ration a little too much. Here, I'll throw in these for free, and he puts up 2 water skins full of wine.
2 water skins full of what? My internet's having a
Wine.
hiccup. Wine, thank you. Okay, you have sold me. And,
Fantastic. And then these, and he'll kind of gesture to these 2 very large glass bottles with like the kind of corks you put on like homemade soda. These are gingered ale, and these are a silver piece a bottle, or 5 silver pieces for a 6-pack.
I think that'll be a good idea, though I will be needing a good way to carry that on me.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. And he puts a backpack up, and then a little like drink holster tray, like one of those like the milk trays, old wooden milk trays used to come in, like milk bottles used to come in. These are for the ales. These are for the ales, and this is for the rest of your stuff. And since you're gonna buy all of this, I'll even throw 60 feet of rope in for free. Never know when rope will come in handy.
I'm used to having to use it to get sails in place, and some rope is more useful than people give it worth.
Exactly. The rope we use here is crawler silk, so it's a little stronger than the hemp stuff, and he'll put up a set of silk rope for free if you further purchase.
Absolutely. How much is this coming up to?
So that's a gold piece for the cheese, 5 gold for the 6-pack of bottles. The wine, the rope, and the backpack are free because you spent
So that's
a gold and a half.
So that's 6 gold now, or 7?
It's 5.5 gold that you've spent.
All right, so I would have 6 gold. I would have spent 5 gold and 5 silver. So he will pull out the 5 gold worth of. Actually, no. He will pull out 6 gold that has just been sitting in his coat this entire time. Part of the quote severance pay he got from his last crew.
He'll take it, he'll count it out, and he goes, "Do you want your change in electrum or in silver?"
Electrum tends to weigh a good bit less, so we'll go for that.
And then he will give you the equivalent. It's 5 electrum to a gold. Right? And then 5 silver to an electrum? Okay. Yeah. So he gives you a single electrum
Wait,
piece?
no, that's not right. That's not right. Hold on. 5 electrum to a gold, 10 silver to a gold, so it's 2 silver to an electrum.
Yeah, so he gives you the equivalent of the 5 silver in electrum.
That would be two electrum and a silver piece.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That's what he hands you as your change. But yeah, you can write down. You can put down all of the gear you just got. That's 2 wineskins, 6 bottles of ginger ale, 60 foot of silk rope, a backpack, and 10 days worth of anti-motion sickness trail rations.
Anti-trail, motion sick. 6. Ginger ale bottle.
While this is happening, does anyone else want to get supplies or need anything before you head out? And or interrogate the old man?
I would like to imagine Noma was falling behind Tetsuyu.
Uh-huh.
And has probably just been... I don't know if there's much to window shop, quote unquote.
I mean, there's
he's
like
talking.
armor. There's, there are weapons and armor here. There's like noble outfits. This guy gets stuff imported from outside of Threshold.
Damn.
Yeah. His family are rich and live in the barony of Nyx.
Got it. Does he happen to have anything better than a regular arrow?
So he has a few different types of magical arrows. Ones that set on fire, ones that are just seemingly better at flying. So like +1 arrows. He's got some silver-tipped arrows. He's got a couple like quarrels or a couple of quivers of mithril arrows, but they are very expensive. The silver-tipped ones are kind of the only ones you could probably afford.
I'm assuming the +1 ones are also expensive.
They're like in the hundreds per arrow.
God damn, dog.
Yeah, it's magic.
I understand, but god damn.
Unless he commit a simple robbery.
Yeah, unless you want to steal. In which case, it's the 5-finger discount for you.
I look at my sweet little baby boy. As a rogue, does have...
Do they have sticky fingers?
This feels very much when you reach like a point in a video game where it's like, steal, don't steal.
Yeah.
But there's like the little red, the red icon of like, this will have consequences.
Yeah, you're getting this action will have consequences, but you're also seeing the man is distracted by Tetsuyu, so the eye reticle is now closed.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
DM.
Yes.
DM, does Tetsuyu see that?
What's your passive perception? What's your passive
my
perception?
passive perception is only a 13.
So, I think,
because like Noma's already pegged, scamp energy.
Would you be watching specifically for this person who you do know that you'll be traveling with?
A little bit. More like occasional glance, and if... Oh! Stealing time? Moves to the... is actively trying to direct, the shopkeep to look at the other side of the shop.
Okay, so you can roll... let's go... performance to try and get him to... get him to look away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I do have a couple questions, but I'll let that resolve first.
No, go ahead. Ask your questions.
So, number one, how much are the silver ones?
Silver-tipped arrows are five arrows for 2 gold pieces each. Like a bundle of 5 arrows for 2 gold.
Are they already bundled?
Yeah,
How are they bundled?
they come with a quiver.
Could I, if I roll well enough, try to sneak in one of the +1 arrows into a bundle of the silver arrows?
So
If it's possible.
if you're gonna buy them, like straight up buy them, the shopkeeper's gonna know there are 6 arrows.
Yeah, that's fair. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, what if just hide it and hope it gets like just hidden among like the number of arrows?
Or you do like a switcheroo, switch a
Silver-tipped
Silver-tipped
for a
arrow.
Oh my god, yeah.
for a
I do
+1.
like-
All right.
Yeah,
I
I think that's probably more doable and a little less noticeable.
Tetsuyu, please roll performance. Then what you're gonna do, Noma, is oh god.
God, there's an
It's-
inspiration in the pool somewhere.
You guys
It
do
is.
all start with 1 inspiration.
You know what? I'm burning that inspiration now from my end.
Uh-huh.
No. Fuck.
Slightly better.
Better. Alright,
It's
so,
no longer cringe-inducing.
Yeah, exactly.
it's
It's no
more-
longer like his passive insight, which is higher than what you would have rolled, would have been like, you're trying to con me. But yeah, Noma, roll stealth and then sleight of hand.
Normally,
Yep.
damn, not high enough. It's valid. 16
Uh-huh.
stealth, and then sleight of hand.
Yep.
Can I reroll that? Can I reroll that
an
one?
advantage. You have advantage. Or you have an inspiration, rather. Yeah, that 23.
23.
You're able to slip. If you wanted to, you could slip out 2 and then put 2 +1s in.
Yeah, let's go.
You're able to
Yeah,
very
do
swiftly do that and
Also-
put them in.
In response to Norman Smithy saying, "Oh, you're trying to con me," to that I'd like to respond.
Well, that would have been what he would have said if you'd have gone with the 8. Yeah,
But
he
to
would
that
have
I will
basically been like, you're trying to con me. Something's up, because he's got a decently high passive insight. Like his insight.
And also, it's a pirate trying to do honest business by purchasing things normally and not holding you at
Mhm.
gunpoint.
Mm-hmm. He was already
Something's-
sketched out by you. Like he's already like you've noticed that his hand hasn't come up from beneath the one of his hands hasn't come up from beneath the counter, and he has you can kind of hear like the cocking of a what you could assume is either a pistol or a blunderbuss underneath the counter.
Okay, can I roll perception just to figure out what kind of firearm that is?
Yeah, sure.
Only an 11.
It's definitely a blunderbuss, more than likely grape shot.
Tetsuyu kind of just nods. Since I'm hearing a very distinctive click from you, how much powder are you willing to sell me?
He kind of looks around. He looks at Noma and goes, "Is your friend chill?"
They're chill enough. More chill than most of my previous crew, I'll tell you that much.
I'll give you a hogshead worth for 5 gold.
And, Actually, that's a very generous offer, especially considering, well, I'm not exactly the most of the up and up. So I will happily take you on that offer. And he will reach out and pull out the 5 much nicer looking gold coins that that Tensuya was given in order to start this quest.
Yeah, and he'll take the gold, like almost palm it away from you, and then hand you a 1 pound bag of gunpowder.
Boom powder, 1 pound.
If you were to light and throw this, you could do 10d6 fire damage.
Oh,
This is a fireball in a bag.
and he just very carefully tucks this into a backpack he's wearing under his coat.
Yeah, it's got like a drawstring where it closes the like actual physical leather bag that it's in. And you can tell that the drawstring doubles as a fuse if you were to want to use this as a bomb.
Oh god.
Yeah, this guy is ready.
Tensuya looks back up at the barkeep with a now much less bravado infused look upon realizing, oh, he just sold me that much gunpowder and didn't even blink.
Yep.
How much more does this guy have, and how ready is he to turn me into dust?
You can roll perception or investigation to try and see if you could see gunpowder behind the counter.
My perception is higher than my investigation.
So, Tetsuyu, you look back and you see familiar styles of barrel. These are the kinds you would use to refill cannons, and they're just sitting there, full barrels of gunpowder, ready.
He's pushing his lips together into a very thin line in the way that like you kind of curl them into your teeth to try and keep yourself from saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
You
hear him decock the
I'm
gun.
going to get out of your shop now.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it, don't you know? You hear like the accent had slipped. It's very clear that this guy's putting this accent on purpose to disarm people, but he's very clearly less up and up than you would have imagined.
Yeah.
God, I love that.
Tetsuya, now scared, is going to slowly back away, back towards the door, and then slowly make his way out.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
God help me. Alright.
He's not in the mood to get blown up today.
Blown up, shot.
I
You
can't
know.
imagine many people are in the mood to get blown up.
No, my trust you a little further than I can throw you. Do not trust my chances with that gnome.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up with the arrows. I did have a question.
Yes.
But I saw you were busy with somebody, and I.
Oh, you're talking to the
Yeah. Sorry,
oh,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh yeah. How can I help?
I was wondering if you happen to. I know potions tend to run fairly expensive. But I was wondering what kinds you had, just in the case.
Well, we've got
if I
quite a
can-
few. We got quite a few. If you're looking for healing potions, and you're looking for something a little cheap, we have these potions known as potions of heal. And what they do is they'll stitch up a wound, not quite as good as a potion of healing would, in mechanics terms. These do a flat 5 HP, and they're a gold piece each. He goes, we got these, and they're a gold, and then we have your standard potion of healing, which is 5 gold per potion. Then up
Oh.
it goes 5 more per level. This isn't really what I make my money on. This is a small town. Not a lot of people buy these, so you can buy them. You'll probably end up buying the whole stock if you do buy a good bit of them. But yeah, I make my money on selling things that are a little more dangerous,
Of course.
like those arrows
Everyone
you
has
got
to-
there.
Of course. Everyone has to make money somehow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take. I'm trying to think. This is me, Jester, flipping between. Cause that's gonna be 2 gold. I could get 3 potions of heal, and then I can get 1 regular healing potion.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the way you're saying the words to me right now. But Numa's chill. Numa's vibing. Oh, I wrote 5 healing potions instead of 1 healing potion. That was not what I meant to write at all. 3 gold, and that's 5. Which will take me down to, like, 0.
Yep.
If all goes according to plan. I'll take the arrows, 3 potions of heal, and 1 healing potion.
He nods, puts the potions up, and you see him, like, mess with his ring a little bit, and he looks up at you. He looks at the arrows. He looks up at you. He looks at the arrows.
Yeah?
He goes, do you know what this ring does?
No.
It allows me to detect magic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He looks down at the arrows, and he looks at you.
Yeah.
Now,
Come on,
Listen.
Mark. Why?
here's what I'll do for you. Because it was a good idea if I wasn't able to, if I wasn't quite as adept as I am, I'll give them to you. Because you almost got away with it. But don't steal from me again, or I'll shoot you. And you hear him cock the gun underneath.
Yeah. Understood. I will not steal from you again.
Now, it's going to be the price that the bundle of silver-tipped arrows would have been, because I appreciate a good con when I see it.
Mm-hmm. And I will honor my word, and I will not steal from your establishment past this interaction.
Fantastic. Now, give me your gold.
Yep. All 10 of it, I believe. That
He
should knock me
takes
down
it.
to 0.
He takes it, he puts it in a little bag, and he goes, now be away with you.
Yep. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't fucking test it to see if it was fake, considering the fact this bitch just fucking tried to steal from him. But it is real money. I say this out of character. Yeah, but Noma's gone. Noma's gone immediately as soon as, like, alright, get out of here. I'm gone. To be honest, I thought it was gonna be for a second, like, a ring of true sight or something.
No.
Be like, I know what you are.
No, he less cares
I
about
know
who
what
is
you.
he less cares what his clientele is, and more, are you stealing from me?
I am.
And he's
I am,
like,
actually.
You may or may not have just run into the gnome mafia. Congratulations for surviving.
Yippee!
Oh
Look, it's
god, I
fine.
knew
If-
the
if-
gnomes ran the mafia.
Listen, that's fine. If I get a random missive out of nowhere saying, be here at XYZ time, it's fine. I'm definitely not in any danger. We're chill.
You're definitely not in
Um,
any danger for stealing from the mob.
Fine, I'm Faye. I can work out a deal.
Yeah. You
Pro-
did.
Probably.
You did give your word to never steal from him again.
I did. Yeah, Noma walks in very normal. Like, they did not, in fact, just steal I gotta add shit. The fucking 3
Silver tipped
silver
arrows,
arrows.
and then 2 +1 arrows, which are going to give you +1 to damage.
Yes. I was gonna see about holy water, but I'm pretty sure, because I'm like, Noma's anticipating some kind of fiend activity, but it's fine. I've got fucking +1 arrows. I've got at least 2 of them, and as long as I don't fuck up and lose them, we'll be fine.
There is also, the Church of the Eternal Passing, which is a church to the god of death. And so, you could always go there for holy water.
Do they just like hand it out for free, or does it cost money?
You could ask.
I think, because I had an idea, right? It's slip in. It all depends if Rosie's still in the bar or not.
Probably, or you would catch her leaving the bar to go walk in the woods.
Yeah, I think, if catching Rosie as she's about to leave, I'm gonna go off the top of my head because it seems like fun, but it's like flagging, Rosie down with like a wave. It's still raining, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm using my shield as an umbrella right now.
Absolutely.
Hey, are you doing anything? Are you heading somewhere?
Well, I was just gonna go into the woods to go gather some, like, herbs and what have you for, like a meal if we need one on the road.
You look like a holy folk, a paladin? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I have a. Do you think churches give out holy water for free, or like is that a thing you have to pay them money for?
Well, it really depends. Yes, you are correct. I am a paladin of Yondala, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But typically you don't want to go up to people and start assuming what kind of profession they are at. So, just as a warning in the future. You are right in this case, but don't want to get someone,
Yeah, I realized it when I was in the middle of asking you, and I was already in the middle of asking you, and I figured I was already doing it. But I will keep that in mind.
It's okay. I have no big comeuppance about that whole entire ordeal. I'm just saying, for other people, you never know. Someone could be having a real bad day. But
I've given
it's a little good... yes, it's a little no. It really depends on how down in luck they are, how many clergy folks there are in there.
I've
but
now
there's no
also
harm in
given,
asking.
Just for players' sake, a good aligned deity of death, not just Nerul.
Yay!
Beautiful. Yippee!
The Ouija's is also just neutral.
Yep.
But yeah.
Ouija's was a death god. Sorry about that.
No worries, you're good.
I mean, you can certainly go in there and ask. I can go with you just so, like, it doesn't look weird, I suppose.
Yeah,
Or if you just want company.
To be frank, I don't have a whole lot of memory, and I also don't think I'm not from around here. So it's sort of a new territory for me, and I'm sort of still getting my grips about the place.
Don't worry. All we have to do is we can just go in there, and then we will go find the kind priestly fellow and see if that is a thing that they can do, or exchange a deal of sorts.
Yeah, I would be down for that. I would appreciate it very greatly if you would assist me. 'Cause like my thinking is, maybe like in the case that this has something to do with like fiends or something of that sort of thing. It might help. I was thinking of tipping my arrows in it. Were that the case, for some kind of advantage, maybe?
That would be a very sound approach. I think before we go into said church, I can look around and see if we can sense any ne'er-do-wells in the vicinity. Undead, fiends, technically fae, but those fae are really kind and lovely, so I don't think we have a problem with them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I also think holy water is just a generally pretty good thing to have.
Never know
Yeah,
if someone's gonna get bit by a ghoul or something.
Yeah, that would be awful. Yeah. Should we head over there?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm quite too short to put you underneath the shield, so you are gonna get a little damp if that's okay.
It's fine. My cloak's already soaking wet. I'll just dry off once we get back in. Once we get back in for the night.
There's a lovely sauna in the bar, in the tavern.
They provide free linen clothes.
Well, I will take that up. But question mark church time?
Knock, knock, knock. Hello,
So
Church of Eternal Passing.
You enter the the doors of the Church of Eternal Passing are basically perpetually open. So when you go toward the church, the entryway is just open. There's just a large awning that keeps the water out and flowing, to the sides of the church. And inside it is almost like looking up at the ceiling is almost like looking up at the night sky. Beautiful stars and like a view of the astral plane from within the church. And standing at the end of the like lines of pews, at a large like offering bowl with an incense burning in it is a tall moon elven woman, pale blue skin, white freckles along the face, long silver braid that goes down to about mid-chest. And she just kind of turns and goes, "Hello, how may I help you? Welcome to the Church of the Eternal Passing, Our Lady Pharasma."
Hi. I had a question. I'm new-ish the town, and I haven't really been in here before. I was wondering, this is a holy place. You would have holy water. Would you happen to be willing to part with some?
It would depend on the cause, but we might. Why might you need some of our holy water?
I am heading out on an adventure to deal with a cult.
I see.
And I just want to be prepared in the case that I would happen to need it. Should it become something that would be should the it's me trying to think of the words for this. Basically, should I happen to need to use it for protection or for an offensive maneuver against ne'er-do-wells?
She nods, and you see her turn and wave her hand and cast Create Water. And a bunch of water appears in a potion bottle, and then she will cast Ceremony, and will hand you a bottle of holy water.
Yeah. She will. Noma will gracefully accept it. Probably thanking her like a million times over. I add it to my inventory. Bottle of holy water. I appreciate it. It feels like a weird ask out of nowhere, but I figured if anywhere would have it,
Well,
my best bet would
if
be
you are
over
going
here.
after a cult, specifically to many cults around these parts are cults to demons and fiends. so it is always a good thing to carry with you. But yes, may the Lady of Graves look over each of you, and may you find a good path through life, which is kind
Thank
of
you.
their God be with
Peace
you.
be with you.
Yeah, peace be with you.
Yeah.
Be with you, kind of deal.
Yeah. Noma will pocket the holy water. And it's give a gracious smile. I appreciate it. I hope you have a very good rest of your night. It's raining out there really hard. So I'm gonna head back to my room. Thank you. I hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.
She nods and waves you off, and she's kind of in her little church. And as you leave, you can kind of see her almost disappear.
Amazing. God. This is great. I love it here. I think that's the most honestly I've gotten anything all day. Good for me. Yeah, I'm good. I've gotten the things I need.
Does anybody else want to do anything else before we do overland travel?
I think I would get stuff on the road. It's just
Okay.
picking up like herbs and remedies.
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll survival for me if you'd like.
Yay! Just a tan.
Yeah, you're able to get, a couple days worth of like herbs and things that you would know that are good for like antiseptic, like aloe and things of that nature. Things that are just good for that. And then also, you're able to find some wild saffron to cook with.
Yeah.
So
There's occasionally times Rosie just tells the cart to stop and be like, "Wait a minute," and then scurries off.
scurries
I got
off,
saffron.
comes back with fucking herbs. Look at this! This shit's expensive!
This shit's a fortune.
Oh,
I also found some stuff just in case any of us get burned by fire. Aloe's a good remedy for this.
It is. It's also very tasty. Like, I don't know if you've ever cooked and eaten aloe vera plant, but it's good. It's a day and a half worth of travel. But the roads are kind of well maintained through the Borewood. And so it's not a dangerous route. And you make it to the hamlet of Mulbern rather easily. And you all make it into the city through a entry gate that Radovan will kind of comment, this wasn't here the last time I was here.
Well, that's not good.
And he goes, no, it is not. And yeah, so you guys can explore the town as you'd like. That is up to your discretion. But yeah, you can Radovan will kind of go, St. Cuthbert's Church is up on the hill there, and he'll gesture over and he goes, I don't know if we want to make our way there first, or if we want to maybe see around with the locals. It's been a while since I've been here.
Gather some intel before we go and face up against, vague gestures.
Yeah.
Well, sounds good.
So if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, there is a legend, and you can tell me kind of what you want to investigate.
I'm personally looking at the market, in terms of trying to catch, like, stray gossip or stray, like, whispers of rumors, or... Because, like, no one talks shop like shop keeps.
Yeah.
That wasn't intended to be a pun, but
It became a pun. Congratulations.
Probably want to avoid the guards, just in case. Some of them are a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
True. Look, for the most part, it's listening. Unless I happen to find something that I can follow up on.
Yeah, and you notice that Radovan, your cleric companion, is like hood up, trying not to be noticed, even though he's a 6'6", fucking full plate armored individual. Like he's the least inconspicuous person on the planet.
I'm gonna look at everyone else. I will split from the party so that you are less seen.
Can I take Mr. Radovan for an aside?
Yeah, sure. You can bring him for an aside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna ask if he can follow God, this is so fucking shady. Hey, do you want to follow me over here super duper quickly?
Yeah, he'll come to the side and speak with you.
I am gonna get a little close to my mic. It's not gonna be up to my face. I'm just warning you guys. So I don't jump scare anybody. So I noticed you look a little uncomfortable to be around here, obviously. But I have a proposal for if you need to get the heat off of you.
What do you mean?
So I'm a changeling. So I can there can be two of you. There can be two of you in the vicinity. Should that happen?
I would not advise that, personally.
I
You
figured
can
I'd offer
try.
it.
I'm just warning you against trying to turn into me.
Okay. I just thought about it and figured if the situation should come to and you need to make a getaway or hide off somewhere.
If anything, I will stand and fight. But thank you. I would not wish to endanger you by turning into me.
They nod. That's all I wanted. I wanted to see if put that out there just in case that was viable.
Thank you for the offer. I appreciate your concern.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the marketplace and see if I can catch anything.
I am going to go tuck away in the stables and see if I can stay out of sight until you folks are ready to go and investigate the church.
Best of luck to you. And then Noma's gonna walk off.
Okay, so we all know that Noma is going to the market. Is anyone going with Noma?
Sure.
I know I'm not. I'm probably gonna go to the library.
Okay.
Market
Mhm.
or
There's the market, the fucking old Willoughby farm, which is right next to the church.
I think I was gonna go to the farm. Talk to the
farm
the
folk.
land folk.
Yeah.
The farm folk.
I think I'll have Tensuyu kind of more or less follow along his scamp companion.
Okay, so you're gonna go with him. So we're gonna go over to Rosie first. Rosie, as you approach the farmland, you can kind of see There's an older halfling gentleman on the back of a mastiff, like with a mule next to him plowing the field, and he's kind of riding on the back of this mastiff, crossbow in hand, like he's watching for something.
Mm-hmm.
How do you approach?
I think after a moment, just like waiting until like if Rosie shouted, it wouldn't be like she's suddenly behind him.
Yeah.
More so,
So
like
when he turns and he can
waiting.
see you, yeah.
Yes, but it's not like, oh, I was hiding from you this whole entire time. Like
Yeah,
she's being very obvious that
Very
she's
obvious.
coming because it's kind of rude
You see him kind
to
of
trespass.
You see him kind of like tap the side of his mastiff mount, and it'll like hurry on along to come up next to you, and he'll sidle up next to the fence. And he'll throw, he's got the old work boots on. He's wearing overalls. He's got a big straw hat, and he kind of comes over and he goes, "Well, howdy there. I don't see many of my own kind in these parts. How can I help you, little miss?"
Well, howdy to you too. I was traveling with a bunch of folks, and we were trying to get a lay of the land per se. You seem to be, no offense to you, lovely farm, but it seems that you were kinda on the fence about something.
Yeah, and he'll whistle, and you see his 3 more of these mastiffs come around the corner. And he goes, "Boys, keep the land safe. Yes, walk with me, please." And he'll start walking toward the house. And it's an old farmhouse, but it is a big, like, ranch house style farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll walk you inside, and he'll go, "I don't like talking about it outside. Them church folks up there used to be a nice lot, but recently some weird noises coming out of that place. Nobody wanted to believe me or the old church leader, but there's some weird shit going on in there. You want some coffee? I also got lemonade.
Oh, yes.
I also got lemonade in the freezer box.
I don't think I should have caffeine
So lemonade it is.
in
then.
case. Yeah, just in case I gotta go rough up some boys.
Of course. And you see him pour this, like, and it's fresh. There's like lemons still in the thing, and like it was probably just made a little while ago. There's still ice cubes in it. He pours it, he sets it down, and he pours him a glass, and he takes a sip, and he goes, "Yeah, it's been a few days since the last person went in that church as a suspected possessed demon. They just hadn't come out. A lot of screaming though." He sips his lemonade. "That's why I keep my crossbow on me. Those old boys can't come down on my farm try and get me without my hounds and my bow. Dealing with them in kind."
You were on good speaking terms with the previous church leader.
Yeah, old Radovan Renier, he was a good man. Used to run that church. He made sure that everybody was safe and cared for. And then new leader, a woman by the name of Kiliana, came in, took over, and was is trying to say the words of Saint Cuthbert say that we must convert to the new law, the law of conquest. And I don't believe in that. That's not St. Cuthbert's teaching. And besides that, I don't even follow that religion. Yondala be blessed.
I think, yeah, Rosie gets really bright at that and repeats, like, Yondala be blessed as well, yes.
Oh,
Exactly. You know, family,
yeah, me and
nature,
exactly.
cultivating.
He gestures right out his window and he goes, "You know, I planted most of these trees out here. Grew them from the time they were little. I watched my kids grow up with this forest. They're on back in the Shire Valley now, but I'm glad that I got to help with Yondala's domain, and then these new church folk come here and chop down half the trees and make a palisade wall. We never needed a wall before. We've been just as safe as ever. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, whenever I go back to the Shire, I'm going to let. Sorry, I'm Rosie Rosewood. Pleasure to meet you.
My name's Josiah Willoughby. My children are the Willoughbys. There, and you would know that the Willoughbys, one of the oldest Willoughby child, his name is Samuel. He's the current Thane of the Shire, which is like the leader.
Oh, he's such a pleasant young fellow. Oh my gosh.
And he smiles and goes, "Yeah, I'm real proud of my Samuel. My daughter, Mary, she lives with the one of the sheriffs of the Shire now. She married into the Carpenter family."
Yes. No.
Yeah.
I'm starting to put two and two together. I'm seeing the resemblance.
And he's an older gentleman. He's getting up there in age. Oldest halflings get to about 110, 111. He's probably in his 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
He's middle-aged for a halfling. Kind of starting to gray on top, but not really. And he's looks well fit. Like if he were to get into a scrap, he could probably defend himself real well.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. My children are great pride, but I'm glad they got the fuck out of here before anything bad started happening. I'm 10 steps away from heading there myself. And he'll look over and you could see like a portrait of his two children, himself, and a tall, in this world they're called barrow folk, but it's a Goliath woman.
Yeah.
And he goes, "My wife passed about 10 years ago, and that's when the children moved away, and man, I miss my wife every day. But without her here, I have very little tying me to this place save for the farm, and if these new folk have their way about it, they'd tear this place down and put more wall up."
Well, we're not gonna let that slide.
The slow building
just-
anger in this halfling.
Yeah. I think Rosie's really thinking about how to constructively say, we're going to give this woman a good talking to. But, she kind of does it in a way of punching an open fist into her other gauntlet. And she's like, yeah, we're gonna make sure I got a group of some lovely companions of ours, and your good old friend did send us to come help.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that Mr. Renier was able to get some folks. Here, I'll give you something to help you along. And you see him kind of pull his crossbow off his back and offer it to you. He goes, "This is called Giant Slayer. If somebody's bigger than you is trying to fight you, just take aim, fire, and it should do quite a bit of damage."
Oh.
My wife
I'm
made it
not
for me.
really... Oh, lovely craftsman. I'm not really a person who uses, throwing ample... Well, I throw mostly with my back, less than...
Yeah. This is just a just-in-case measure.
Yeah.
You can
I
return it if
appreciate
you
it.
want to, but I figured I'd give you this, and he'll hand you some crossbow bolts. Basically, effectively, like mechanically, what this is going to do is it does an extra D6 damage. It's a heavy crossbow. Does an extra D6 damage to anyone that's a one size category higher than you, and another D6 for every size category higher they are.
Gotta beat up those tall folk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Rosie will take it and hold it like it's the greatest treasure in the world.
And it is really well made. It's made from this like old cedar wood. It even kind of smells like you know how like fresh sawed cedar smells. It
Yeah.
smells like that, and it's got like carvings of like intricate flowers and things in it. And you can tell whoever made this put a great deal of love into making this weapon for their partner.
Yeah, like Rosie's not a wood carver, but she knows carpentry very well since she has to drive carts around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she can appreciate the make and be like, yeah. So yeah, we're holding this at bay. We're gonna give that lady a nice talking to. You know, small folk to tall folk. Try
As
to
it should be.
very nicely have her get.
I know that's right. Get.
Yeah. And we'll see if it ends in peacefulness or maybe a little blood spilled here or there, but that's fine. We'll clean it up.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll-
really good
we'll be
at
fine.
patching some wounds just in case.
Yeah, and the church has marble floors, so they're easy to clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I helped build that place, so I made sure it'd be easy for the old church leader's not exactly the smartest man in town. Love him
Mhm.
to death, but he's a little bit dense. So I made it easy
It
for him
did-
to clean.
It did take him a while to ask for help, which bless his soul, he got.
Bless
found a
his
way.
heart. Oh.
But we're here now, and we're gonna go figure some things out. I guess the others went to go investigate to see if anyone else had any information.
Yeah,
But
I'm glad to
You're
hear.
right here next to the church, so I wanted to pop on by and see if you were okay and everything.
Well, thank you for checking in, and it's always nice to see another halfling in these parts.
And yeah, I feel like Rosie will just sit there just to chat,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then probably talk about the Shire, just like
Yeah.
give them
Yeah,
updates.
it's the you've just met another person from your hometown. That no
We don't
longer
talk
lives
why
there.
she's not there anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he would understand. Once again, it's the I found someone outside of the Shire that I really loved, so I moved to her hometown. But yeah, it's you know, it's a nice little time. You guys pretty much can polish off that lemonade. We're gonna go over to Dula. When you arrive at the library, it is or Duat, sorry. When you arrive at the library, it is abandoned. This building seems to have been empty for a while.
Yeah, Duat sort of tilts their head again and sort of looks to see if the door is unlocked.
The door is unlocked. As a matter of fact, it's broken in.
Okay.
And kind of you can see that like the books have been thrown on the ground, and whoever came through this library last really disrespected it.
Duat's sort of gonna look over the scattered books. This is a great tragedy. And they are going to, just in case, cast. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is an action to cast it as a. Well, depends on how long. It's a ritual. I think Duat is going to ritually cast detect magic. Oh, that was the GM by accident.
Okay.
Just to like see if there's anything.
So you could see kind of in the very back of the library, hanging on a shelf, is a staff. It's an old knotwood made from this like deep thorn wood, and it's a quarterstaff, and it is very clearly magic. It sits above a desk where you can see a small like placard with a name on it, and the name plate reads Miserus Tulessa Willoughby, and kind of behind it is a large portrait of a Goliath woman, who presumably ran this establishment and owned his staff.
Yeah, I am going to like walk past the books and everything to the desk, but I'm going to like have a look on the floor to see if there's anything interesting that I could take.
Yeah, there are a few like tomes of like basic magic stuff you could learn. There's a few like scrolls that were obviously, so people could copy them into spell books and things that are you could check them out like in the library. Mhm.
I wouldn't particularly go after them. I think Duat would specifically look to see if there are any books on St. Cuthbert and like their teachings.
Oh yeah, no,
That might not have been that might not have been like destroyed.
There are a whole. What you notice is very specifically the section in the religious area of St. Cuthbert's text are the books that got tarnished on purpose. Like these seem targeted because like the books to Ouijas and Bahamut and all of them, they're for the most part intact, but the St. Cuthbert books are gone for the most part. You can kind of find pieces of them here and there, but like roll investigation for me.
Sure. Let me see. Not my best stat. 14.
So with a 14, you're able to kind of, your eyes lead from kind of a trail of pages ripped and torn from these books that lead back to the desk. And on the, kind of in the back of the desk, you can see a drawer that's been pulled out. It's not like out, but it's open. And following this trail of things, you do find a single book of St. Cuthbert's teachings that is completely intact.
Yeah, Dwight is going to take the book and sort of the pages just in case. And then they're gonna turn back to the portrait. And they sort of like lower their head in reverence. Thank you for the help.
Yeah, you don't get a response.
Yeah, no, of course. But it's more of a
there's a soft wind in almost like as in response in the room.
Yeah, and they're gonna sort of approach, and they're not gonna like outright take the staff, but they are gonna sort of just gently run a hand over it to like feel the wood.
It is a solid and well constructed staff. I don't know if you've ever seen like you know what a shillelagh looks like?
Yeah.
That, but like full quarterstaff size.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dot sort of stares at it.
Is it the kind filled with lead?
You don't know.
God.
Do you pick it up to see how if it's heavy?
Dot sort of like stares at it, stares back at the portrait. I do not want to take this without permission. And so more telling themselves than anything, but also to the portrait they're talking to basically no one.
So you say that, and it's almost as if you don't know if you did this or if something else did, but the back end of the staff falls off the pedestal.
There is Duat's face is unmoving, but the mannerism was definitely panicked. No. And they sort of like pick it up to try and put it back, essentially.
Yeah, I totally understand. It, as you try and put it back on, the other side falls. This one with a much louder crack on the ground.
They sort of look at the staff, look back up at the portrait. I see. And they just end up taking it.
Yeah. It is
I think
pretty
they
hefty.
understand.
It is pretty hefty on the end. Uh, so more than likely, yes, filled with lead. You don't know what kind of magic this is, but it is a magic stick. Magic shillelagh.
Yeah, Duat is going to put it like under their robe on their back, so strap it in and bow again and just start leaving.
There's a gust of wind in response, and yeah, you're able to exit the library. And one of the things that I will say about Saint Cuthbert's teachings is often people are supposed to be non-lethal in their approach to things. If you want to teach those about Saint Cuthbert, for young ones, you're supposed to teach as gently and as kindly as possible. And for adults, if they have strayed, and if they were once members of the Church of St. Cuthbert and they have strayed, you bonk them gently on the head with a stick that's full of lead. And, you know, you would assume that whatever the people in the church are doing is definitely not to his teachings.
Yeah, they do like their best to hide the book in their robe as well. Just start walking to the stables again.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, we're gonna pan over to the marketplace. This is it's a little bizarre. Like, not like a bazaar is in a marketplace, not as in like this place is weird. It's a small bazaar with people who are trading. It's a bright summer's day. You can see one of the stalls with the town's biggest export. Just barrels of cherries. Just so many cherries. In like these big barrels, next to like olives and like raspberries and strawberries. This place is apparently a really big exporter of fruit.
Good to know. Maybe it'll be really nice once we finally get rid of all of the problems they got going on.
Yeah. Like on the outside, this place looks like from looking on outside in. At first glance, this is a nice little peaceful town, and you start looking at the little details like the broken down library and the fact the people at the bazaar kind of are shifty eyed and like looking to see if are these new people that are coming up members of the St. Cuthbert Church. Like, you can kind of hear whispers of, you think they're with the church? And somebody goes, Gods, I hope not.
Fair enough, yeah.
I like how they look at the three of us who are very clearly not from town and
well, that's
wonder
the
if
thing.
we're...
That's the thing. The people that are currently running the church weren't from here either.
Oh.
They came here from out of town, took over their Church of St. Cuthbert, kicked Radovan out, and now they're like, oh god, are these more church folk? And they're, using that in air quotes.
Yeah. Air quotes. Church
How blunt do I want this little squid boy to be in his approach?
That is up to you. You are a pirate. You are often bad. You have the trait bad reputation. That's up to you, buddy. This was at one point a port town.
Yeah. I think Tensuyu will kind of go to one of the market stalls and just... So, I've noticed that this place is a bit more closed off from the ports now. Do you happen to know anything about that?
So, the guy you approach, I'm gonna say is the fishmonger, because that kind of it fits your vibe.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I can tell you. Those church bastards closed down the port. Won't even let us fishermen go fishing in the ocean anymore. We have to go to the river up north.
There is a notable shift in Tensuyu's body language in hearing that people are being blocked off from the ports. They're doing fucking what?
Yeah, won't even let boats dock here no more. Can't even get our exports out in good time. So all the fruit goes rotten. Fish can't get back and forth as easily as they used to. Won't let us through the gate without an item inspection and a mandatory manifest of everything we brought into the village because they're afraid we're bringing weapons in. Like we wouldn't be allowed to bring weapons into our own village. You know, we used to have a blacksmith. We used to have a blacksmith. They burned his house down.
Oh, that's... How are you gonna get nails and fittings now? How are you gonna get replacement door hinges?
That's my point. Yeah.
Alright, I have to ask. How important exactly is the church as a landmark?
The church is important to us because old man Rainier built it with, old man Willoughby, and they were good people, and good things happened in that church. I got married in that church. But since then, nobody's gone in other than the people that were, heavy air quotes, possessed, as according to the new church folk.
Ah, good to know.
Those people hadn't come out, I'll tell you that. People go in, we don't see them come out. Rumor has it they're bringing out bodies in the middle of the night and feeding them to the sharks. Which is why I think they've barred us from the ports. It's because they're taking boats out and they're feeding bodies to the sharks.
That is a good way to get rid of bodies. I wonder how your church folk, he says, doing actual air quotes with his fingers, would feel if I introduced them to the ocean like that.
Well, I'm not going to say anything explicitly, but I will say a good swim never hurt nobody, if you get my drift.
I'll be sure to tell you what I come back with. Hopefully, we'll get those ports back open.
You can use my old boat if you end up doing it. It's a galley ship, or a sloop ship, just outside the port. I do believe they beached her.
You see Tensuyu kind of lick his lips at the opportunity to have another boat.
He goes, I'll give it to you free of charge if you can help get rid of them folk.
Oh, that's worth so much more than the favor I'm doing you. Count me in. And I think that's about all the conversation Tensuyu is gonna have because
Tetsuyu, I'm ready to kill.
Yeah, he was promised a boat, and he's gonna get that boat.
Yeah.
So he's gonna put him at the edge of the market now.
All right. We're gonna go to Jenny. Jenny, what are you doing as far as your investigation?
Ginny is, for the most part, talking to whoever is selling meats or stuff for hunting, if at all.
So what you'll notice is a lot of the things that they're selling for hunting are like trapper style stuff. It's It's not like, instead of arrows and bows and spears, it's nets. It's caltrops. Which caltrops are illegal now, but they used to be used for hunting. Bear traps. Seemingly under that, if you kind of have a keen eye, there are clear signs that there are different goods underneath, like a banner or a towel or something that's just that these things are sitting on.
Yeah. I see. So I'm new here, and I was thinking of helping my party to a good old-fashioned game feast. But I see there's almost no tools for hunting actively.
No, we aren't allowed to sell anything to hunt actively anymore. The man at the counter says,
Huh.
in like he's being conspicuous about it. Like he's intentionally going, I can't sell you this explicitly, but if you ask me about it. But if you were to be looking for something, what would you be in the market for? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, I currently just have my little, quote-unquote little, knife for dressing my hunt, but sadly I lost my bow.
Well, here's what I can do
currently a
for you.
sling would be better for me.
He nods and goes, that's what I can do for you. And you see him slip out a piece of leather and a bag full of stones. He goes, I'll give this to you free of charge. And he winks at you.
Oh, thank you. Now, I see that trapping might be allowed, but from what you said, I believe you don't like it that way.
No, we used to be able to hunt with impunity, but there's a new law as put down by the Church of St. Cuthbert, who apparently now makes the laws in this town, since the alderman is just stuck in his house. We hadn't seen him in 6 weeks.
Where's his house, by the way?
It's the big fancy one. He points directly behind his stall.
Thank you. Do you think he would complain about me knocking on his door?
I mean, we've knocked. He doesn't answer.
What about entering?
We hadn't tried because it's rude.
Yeah, but
and technically it's against the law.
Answering. She just mumbles like, whatever. Yeah.
Law schmaw.
That person is there. They're not answering for a couple days. Something might have happened. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Saving that man's life?
Or getting attacked by the church. Fuck that. Fuck. I love this. I love this so much.
Listen, if the church attacks me for looking after someone that might be in trouble, that's a different problem.
Yeah, I would say you are correct.
So, I mean, why hasn't anyone even looked into the window? Actually, no, they probably did.
Yeah, we did. We didn't see much of nothing. It's a big manor.
Yeah. We should really do something about it. Let me tell my party. Thank you so much, by the way.
No, thank you. You're gonna go do a wellness check on the mayor, the alderman.
Yeah.
He'll nod. And he'll gently slip you a spear from underneath his thing, and he goes, "New walking stick for you."
Oh, perfect. I really like mine, but it's mostly used for spells.
This
Thank you.
This one's more of a climbing stick. See, the python-like end, and he gestures to the metal end, kind of telling you,
Oh yeah.
use this end toward the ground, and they can't exactly call it a spear.
Yeah. No, plus it's also great at breaking open rocks that
Exactly.
you need for
Exactly.
footing.
Or
Yeah.
locks.
Also that.
Mm-hmm. And it isn't like your standard spear. It is like a long stick made of, like, it's like a long piece of almost rebar-like material with a spike on the end.
So metal.
Yeah, it's all metal. It's got some grips to it that aren't metal, like he's got wood around it. But it is like a spike all the way at the end.
I'm assuming it's a
It's a standard spear.
normal.
Yeah, it's a regular spear. It's just disguised to look like something you would walk with.
Yeah. Ooh, I love how it's made out of metal. This won't rot ever.
Exactly.
Oh, I can't wait to take it for a walk.
I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, and then you can return to the party.
Yeah.
And finally, Jess, what is your character looking into? Like, what do you think your character's asking at the stall that they're at?
So, hold on. I believe it's been a minute since I played a rogue. And also all the accents are fighting me right now.
Melding together.
Yeah. Fucking the Southern and the Minnesotan are almost getting me. So I have access to Thieves' Cant as a language.
Thieves can't do what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thieves can't do it. So using that, I know a lot of this might be a stretch. I know guilds and other, like, other people who are using the Thieves' Cant language.
Mm-hmm.
Use like symbols to communicate covertly.
Yeah.
Would perchance there be any around?
So this is a very small town. Like, this is it has a population of less than 100. So there isn't really a thieves guild in this town.
Fair.
When you start getting to the bigger towns, yeah, absolutely. But, like, you can notice there's a Thieves' Cant-esque, like, language that, kind of, if you listen real close, you can hear people talking to each other in. Like, they're like, almost code phrases that you kind of recognize because you get Thieves' Cant, and they're kind of like, essentially going, hey, that guy's sketch. Watch out. This is kind of the same feeling that we got from the church folk.
God. My follow-up was going to be find the person who looks like... Because the thing about people involved in rogue...
It's sketchy shit.
And sketchy shit. Don't fucking trust bitches. Because bitches can't be trusted.
No one in this town looks like they trust you. Yeah, it's everybody.
No!
It's literally everybody.
I'm just trying to think of, like, the best approach to this. Because I had an idea in my brain. Which was... find somebody I can speak in Thieves' Cant with. And try to converse in a way that either gets me a lead... or, like... if you do XYZ thing for me...
a lead or a
then
quest.
maybe I'll give you something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of as like if you do this and don't fuck it up, I might have something or whatever.
Looking for the person with the exclamation point over their head.
Yeah, that's sort of what I aiming
So
to
probably the most sketch of all of these is there's a woman in this tent who is telling fortunes. She's not
Okay.
using Taroka cards or anything. It's the I'll read your palm scam.
Oh!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like not actual fortune telling. It's like this lady is clearly a charlatan.
Yeah.
So she might speak in Thieves' Cant.
I'm saying that. Okay, I'm trying to think of a good lead into this. I'm broke. I can't pay this bitch to get in.
I mean, that is true. With no gold to transfer hands, it's very hard to get into sketchy shit.
In theory, does anybody have any money?
Yes.
Could I
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
also
know-
have money.
It's
I know Crow.
it's 3
Crow has
copper
a thi-
pieces. It's 3 copper pieces to get into that to get into her shop.
I just need 3 copper pieces. I
Can I
will
have
pay you
3
back.
pennies? I just need 3 pennies.
I give you gold.
It's nice.
Oh
I
wait,
imagine
no, that's
it's
what.
like. Imagine it's like walking around and then just like skittering up to the ground. Can I? Hey, can I borrow like 3 copper, please?
Ginny just takes out a coin. Here you go. It's a gold.
What-
I
Okay,
don't
I mean-
think they offer change here in
I mean,
something that costs copper.
this will get me closer to where I want to go. If I
But will
don't
you
fuck,
get change for it?
I will pay you back a gold when I get a gold. Noma will put her hand out.
As to shake for a
yeah.
deal.
Yeah, it's more of like a trying to pose it as a shake on it. Trying to pose it as a shake on it. Yeah, I
So
promise.
Venny, so
Uh-huh.
Venny, you are giant kin.
Yeah.
The giants in this world often live very close to the Fae.
Uh-huh.
You know that deals are big deals to the Fae. They're also big deals to your people because
Yeah.
of how closely you live next to the Fae. If you shake this person's hand, they have to pay you back, at least in your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the statement is he does have to include his name, doesn't he? In order for it to be a deal.
I mean, for it to be a
Where does
Fae
it-
deal, yeah. But giants keep people.
Yeah.
Giant can keep
Yeah.
people to deals too,
I mean,
just in different ways.
I made a deal. I made a promise to a guy, and I didn't put my name out there. Yeah. So it's hand out. I promise to return you this 1 gold as soon as I receive a singular gold. As a return.
Just a gold. It's not that important.
I know, but I'm borrowing from you, and I want to give you my word that I will return it.
So that is another
I mean-
phrase that is important to your culture,
Yeah.
Vanny. So
Yeah.
in giant culture, specifically your cousins, the Goliaths, the Barrow folk, their word is something different than the way most people look at it. Someone's word is like promising you their life. Is if I don't repay this promise, I owe you my life. Because
Oh.
a Barrow folk's word is basically their equivalent to most Barrow folk. When they leave the mountains, they're in seek of their word. It's a vision that they had of their own death.
Mhm.
And so promising someone your word is if they do not repay you, you have full rights to kill them.
Mhm.
Which,
And that is how your
Uh,
culture works.
Yeah.
which I just look at my board and go, I imagine it takes like this shit also pretty seriously. Of like, also you're giving them something, and it hardly seems fair just to like take it and give nothing in return. If that tracks.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, so that's
Um,
what getting someone's word to you as a giant
Yeah.
kin would a children of the Jotuns.
Okay, with that in mind, Ginny will look at you, Noma, and with full seriousness say, "You're willing to risk your life at my hands for a gold?"
Well, you're giving me something, and it hardly seems fair that I do not repay
Okay,
it.
and she
And
shakes your
also-
hand.
And also, and while you're shaking her hand, and also we're probably gonna get paid for this job, so I'm gonna get money anyway. So
Good to know.
yeah.
Smiles menacingly. Just presses your hand a little too tight.
Just smiles back at you. Sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
fucking Noma, who has no idea what they just did.
Look, Noma's paying it back. Noma's not gonna fucking do this shit and run.
Yeah.
They're smarter than that. Like, give them a little credit where credit's due.
I will say, for
Oh, no.
everyone else that's standing there, like, you guys are from this world, you know what telling a giant, I give you my word, means.
Yeah.
You guys literally just heard this exchange. Crow and Eldritch.
But yeah, Noma's not sticking around that long after.
Skittering
It's heading
back to the tent.
Is walking very coolly back to the tent, trying to seem collected. Cause got business on the brain.
Yeah.
God, a gold's probably gonna get me a lot farther than a
The 3
copper.
copper. Yeah, you walk in and she goes, "Do you have the customary fee?"
I do.
She'll hold her hand out.
Yeah, hand it over.
She looks it over, she flips into her hand, she bites it, goes, puts it into her coat. "Welcome, how can I help you?"
This is the part where I, Jester, have to think very carefully to have entered a situation
You
that I
have.
put myself into.
Yes, you have.
You can cut away to like those two chatting for a second while I figure my words together.
Okay.
My brain. 'Cause I don't want you to sit on dead air.
Okay,
while we're live.
I appreciate that. So who would like to confer? Would the rest of the party like to confer with one another while Jess
Yes.
figures out kind of what they're doing? So you guys are able to come back together and discuss what you have learned. For those of you who have learned things.
So, just to be fair, that I understand what I just witnessed there, Jenny. You loaned our little friend, Noma there, a single gold piece. And they've made a deal with you that if they don't pay you back, you are going to kill them in cold blood.
It's not cold blood. They promised you their word. That's not cold blood.
Yes, they promised their word. I was going to give it as a gift. I was not expecting the gold back, but since they offered, and after I warned them multiple times, well, who am I to object?
Promises made. I can respect that. I do, however, also have something else I'd like to point out. I learned from the fishmonger. Long story short, the port is closed down. This is a crime I cannot. What is it that you say when someone gets away with something? Crime unpunished?
Hmm.
That's something I just can't let be. Also, apparently, it's a theory. They're feeding corpses to the sharks, and that's why the port is closed down. Don't know how true that is, but it's also my only lead as to what is happening at their port.
I mean, apparently they're, was it, did you say mayor, Belle?
Alderman.
Apparently their alderman has been missing for a few days as well.
6
Hasn't
weeks.
come out
He's
of
been
their-
missing for 6
yeah.
weeks.
Has been missing for the better part of 6 weeks, and has not come out since from his home. And like, we could just go there, make a wilderness check, make sure he's okay.
And if he happens to not be okay, what do we do then? What do we do if the obviously corrupt church officials? He repeats with very dramatic air quotes.
You can
I
say
don't-
very unkind things about them.
I could, but I could
Fucking-
also.
Sunshine Halfling. Fuck those guys.
I
In the
could
most
also.
polite southern way possible.
There's a term I've heard: swearing like a sailor. I have heard much cleaner things from sailors than what I definitely want to say about these individuals.
I don't know. I understand, and I'm just saying in a very healthy kind of manner. If you need to therapeutically say some crass things to them, please do. My understanding is we gotta rough them up.
Yeah.
I am going to turn them into fish bait.
Yes, we're roughing them up. Rosie's just punching. I know her fist
Into
into
the
her
fu-
fist.
into the gauntlet. Just you know, the reason that people do that is to numb their knuckles so it doesn't hurt when you punch somebody. That's the purpose of that.
They don't do what?
When you punch into your hand,
Yeah.
that's to numb the knuckles so it doesn't hurt
Yeah.
when you hit someone. That's the purpose of that.
And Rosie has the tavern brawler feat.
Oh yeah. So
Oh.
you've done that quite a few times.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's gonna be punching and grappling.
Oh boy! You see Tetsuyu smile because he recognizes what it looks like when someone's getting ready for a tavern brawl. Because he's usually on the receiving end of that after instigating one.
You're the
Hell
one
yeah.
who gets suplexed.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
he's the one who gets suplexed.
So we pan over to Noma as they enter the establishment of the fortune teller.
I literally sat here with my hands in front of my face, just thinking of so many things I could say. But I think I have it.
Okay.
So we enter Coin Trader's hand. It's good. Well, I was passing by, and I saw your tent. and I have an appreciation for the arts. Me, Jester, saying that unsurely. In the gesture of palm reading, quote unquote. And okay. I was passing by the booth and I had a vested interest in the arts.
it's like straight up a tent. Yeah. Like it's separated from everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she goes, the art, eh?
Nods. I also have a very vested interest in dealing with people who waltz into places thinking that they're better than the place they're in.
I see. And she stands up, she walks behind you. You see her turn the toggles on the front of the tent to close it, and then cast Leoman's tiny hut. We can speak freely now, no one can hear us.
I have a party with me. We have been sent in here to deal with your religious problem.
Oh, good. If not,
and I realize we all.
If not, I was going to have to call in. If not, I was going to have to call in the road. You don't know what that is, but it's a thieves guild. It's a very, very prominent assassins and thieves guild.
Yeah, we just arrived. Everyone's off doing their own thing. And I have a few good skills, and most of them aren't really legal. So...
I hope your friends haven't been asking around too brazenly.
I would sure hope they weren't. I don't know. I literally just came over here. So I have no idea. I trust them just about as much as I trust most people, but we agreed to help, and I hope, with any luck, that we can solve this problem and get this town back into a little bit of a better shape.
Okay, so here's my suggestion to you. You and your friends check out the alderman's house. Here, and she'll hand you a key. This is the key to the back door of the estate. I made a copy of it a few months ago when I was posing as a maid there. And we haven't seen him in a few days. Even if there's nothing there, you could always steal. There's always things you can fleece off of a rich old man. But yeah.
There's always something you can fleece off of a rich old man.
Exactly. So you go, you check out the alderman's place. If there's nothing, the alderman's fine. But we haven't seen him in a few days, and we can deal with the religious problem as you see fit. Now you have a wonderful day. I have to close up shop.
I completely understand. And Noma swiftly makes themselves scarce.
Yeah, the Lehman's tiny hunt is dispersed. Noma, as you exit the tent, your friends are slowly being surrounded by cultists.
Hey, hello. What did you guys do? What's going on?
So, one of them will approach and go, "Pardon me. I can't help but notice one of you went into the library after it has been deemed off limits."
Duet sort of tilts their head. I was unaware. I am new here. My apologies.
Ignorance of the law does not absolve you from it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to come with
And
us.
failure to make public notice of any laws at the outside of a town kind of makes a bit of an exception to that rule.
No, it doesn't. Now, your friend can come with us, or this can get difficult.
How difficult?
Roll initiative.
God bless
It
America.
was just a question.
Fucking Cox gun.
God,
Yeah,
I love it's
immediately
like
pulls out a gun on them.
walks out preparing to be stealthy about this. It turns out
Nah,
Look,
we fucked that up for you, buddy.
I wasn't the one who blew the cover, at least. It wasn't me.
Well,
Oh,
shit.
unfortunately for these cultists, they rolled the shittiest initiative of all time.
No. I rolled a 0 on initiative before.
That's true. I've had someone roll a -1. Noma, it is your turn. You are first. Your friends are in danger. What do you do?
Fuck, dude. I think okay, no one had literally just put things away in their pocket and was prepared to be like, okay guys, hey, I think I know a place we can visit.
Comes out. Oh God.
Listen, that lady's closing up. She's fine.
Oh yeah, she'll be fine. She is a powerful enough wizard to cast Leomund's Tiny Hut, which is a 4th level spell,
Yeah.
I do believe.
Yeah.
Third
Listen.
level.
Yeah, 3rd level.
And-
She's an at least
and
5th level wizard, which also means
Yeah.
fireball.
Yeah.
Which also is like, look, at the very least, she knows I didn't fuck this up. I just walked outside. Shit, alright. Well, I'm a rogue, so I don't have spells or your fancy magics.
No, but you are the one in direct line of sight.
Yeah.
You could, yeah, like, if you were to sneak around, you would be able to get sneak attack very easily. Because they don't think you're a threat. They don't see you as a threat because they didn't see you associating with the group.
Yeah, sick. So I can just kind of walk?
Yeah.
And they're not gonna...
Yeah, they don't
Sick.
know that
I'm
you're
just-
there. They're just like, oh, this is another, there's a new person in town. They're not associated with these people. At least we haven't seen them associate with these people.
I'm just minding my own business. God, insult to injury with an excuse me. Sorry, pardon me.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna go back here. All smiles, all polite.
The priest will kind of nod to you and go, May Saint Cuthbert, watch your steps.
I don't know if there's a response to that or not. I'm not fucking from here. Let's give a very polite nod and smile,
Yeah,
and I walk my way.
The lady turns back to Duat.
Okay, so I'm gonna go behind this lady, who's currently in a beef with him. In a beef with them?
Them, I do.
Them. Yeah, in a beef with them. And they are gonna get...
Stabbed.
Fuck, dude. I mean, they are gonna get stabbed. Yeah, I think it's fully... right now it's just a dagger.
Yep.
And I get an advantage?
Yep, advantage because you're flanking. And because she just doesn't register you as a threat. 17 hits, roll damage.
So that's 7 total damage.
All
And
right.
she gets literally stabbed in the back.
Yeah, and like she like wrenches forward and glares back at you for a moment because you are a changeling and you can kind of see this. Her eyes go from regular to like the demon slits back to regular.
Huh?
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
do with that information what you will. Do what? Unless you're gonna do something with your bonus action, Jess.
What can I do as a bonus action?
I don't think.
Oh
Jess
no, you're
can
not level
yet.
2.
Nope.
No.
First level.
Would coding something's an action, right?
No, you
Or
can
is that a
use your bonus action to coat something in holy water.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care, dog. I saw you. I know what you.
I know what you.
Holy water on the knife. It's a knife fight. Let's go. That's it. That's my turn.
Wonderful. Duat, it's your turn.
Didn't Jenny roll a 16 over my 15?
Oh, I did not see that. I did not realize. Jenny, it's your turn.
Hey. Let me zoom in because I'm at 40. Okay. There we go. A lot better. Alright, this is 5e. I don't provoke when moving. Unless I move out of melee. So, actually, no. I'm just gonna check something real quick.
Mhm.
That is an action. So, yeah, no, fuck it. I'm going to attack with my dagger.
Alrighty, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna throw some stuff onto. I gotta throw some stuff onto the GM layer. 1 moment.
Is it a?
She's got a knife.
What do you got there? A knife? No.
I'm assuming a normal roll, not at advantage.
Yeah, normal roll, not an advantage.
Damn.
Yeah, unless you go, like, you walk through the square,
Yeah.
like you hop through the thing and then go around, then you would have advantage on this cultist.
Yeah, and then if you were to do that, this is difficult terrain.
Yeah, so
Yep.
10, 15, 20, still take you 20 feet to get here.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
That way you
absolutely
don't get-
could.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
get the attack of opportunity from her.
Yep, and you get advantage. So you could try and stab her again. Okay. Yeah, that's a miss.
But
I do
it's-
use the cantrips are bonus actions rule still. Because I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that's my turn.
Okay. Duat, it is your turn. The person in front of you got stabbed to death, or nearly to death. What are you doing?
I had a question, first of all.
Yes.
How long has it been since I left the church? Because I was wondering if detect magic was still up or not.
It's been about 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, so it is down by now. It's 10 minutes spell.
Yeah.
Have a look.
God, I love this game so much.
Yeah.
I think Duat is sort of going to put at least one hand up. I do not wish to instigate the violence, madam. I simply want to have a conversation, and I'm going to actually put my turn down to after Rosie.
Okay.
Like delay my turn.
Tinsuyu. One of the cultists is injured. There's another one directly next to you. What are you doing?
Tetsuya is gonna kind of sidestep, and just actually no, sidestep and sidestep, so that it's like this, and just. So are you sure you really want to do all this?
By the law of St. Cuthbert, we must take them in. Hey,
Well,
by the
that's
way,
not a guy
Duat,
who is.
Duat, one thing I will say is very specifically in the teachings of St. Cuthbert that you just read. It is it is a priest of St. Cuthbert's job to inform you of the law, not to enforce it.
I think Duat sort of does raise her hand. I did actually find a book to Saint Cuthbert in the church, and it implies that you must tell me about the law.
That is incorrect information. Church doctrine has changed.
Well, then I don't
believe-
respect any church.
The one sort of like pauses. I don't believe that is your choice to make. I believe that is the God's choice.
Saint Cuthbert, who is literally known to come down and beat the shit out of his followers for doing this exact thing. Tetsuyu, it is your turn. What are you doing, buddy? You do already have your gun out.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not sure if it's action or bonus action, but he's gonna kind of reach behind him and pull his sword out. So, do I have advantage
So,
on melee
pulling a
attacks
sword-
right now?
Pulling a sword is an object action. You can just do it. So you can do
Yeah.
one hand sword, one hand gun, and yeah, you have advantage on melee attacks right now.
Hell yeah. Turn on advantage, cutlass, swing.
Yeah, 16 hits. Roll damage.
That's 2 16s. A 7.
You almost kill
Slashing.
this person. Almost
Also,
immediately.
I would like to add, now they have a dueling mark on them, similar to a hunter's mark.
Okay. What class are you playing again? Gunslinger?
Pirate.
Okay, pirate, yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
We
the
did
pirate
find
class.
the pirate class. That's right.
Yeah.
We did find that. Yes. Okay.
So yeah, they better focus on me.
Okay. Rosie, it's your turn. These people are very clearly, because you're a religious figure. You know, you would,
Mhm.
as even as an acolyte of Yandala, you would have to know that the teachings of the other churches. That's a thing that is part of your religion, is like being able to respect others and their practices. So you
Yes.
know this is against Saint Cuthbert's teaching.
Yes. I think Rosie gets very serious on her face. Squares it. Squares like a neutral expression and goes, "Now we can all resolve this civilly and we can have a nice chat over some tea and you explain the rights to why you are trying to take my companion away. But if not, then I think I'm going to have to remind you of what your teachings are when you disrespect your god."
The cultist looks down at you and she goes, "I don't listen to anyone who's under 4 feet tall." So something that I will
Alright.
say, that I do for paladins, there's an active divine sense and then there's the passive version that I like to. There is an innate thing that I like to let paladins do when it is blatantly obvious that there is another force behind what's happening. You can feel there's something off. But also, they just called you short.
Yeah, I think Rosie's going, "Don't worry, I'm bringing you down to my height." And I think she's just gonna try to jump up and clock her.
Okay.
Or attempt to. I have advantage because of Jenny.
Yep.
So I'm gonna. An 11 doesn't do it.
will
I
not
think I'm
hit,
going.
yeah.
I will use my inspiration.
All right, you still get advantage on the inspiration roll. Yeah,
There you go.
23 hits. Roll damage.
7 bludgeoning damage as she clocks the person on the.
This one takes the hit, wobbles for a second.
Yeah, and then I think, or I guess it would be more of like a gut punch, just so
it's
Rosie
the-
can try to
you try
bonus
and get
action
them.
grapple.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. And yeah, roll. It's contested athletics, right?
Yes.
All right. Ooh.
Yeah, it was gonna be, come on here. Come on now. Get.
Athletics is +0.
Oh.
Jesus.
Well. wouldn't have mattered what they rolled because you just no.
I think Rosie's just gonna dead weight, and it's just gonna be both of them are on the ground.
Yeah, you are able to
Just
wrestle
prone.
this woman to the ground.
Now, if I remember correctly, this is how St. Cuthbert rolls.
Yeah,
How?
this is, as a matter of fact, how St. Cuthbert rolls. Roll religion for me, please. At advantage.
Six.
So, there, for a moment, you feel almost as if an eye of someone is on you. You don't know who. You could probably guess, but someone's watching. When you do bludgeoning attacks during this combat, you will have advantage on all of those attacks because you have the blessing of St. Cuthbert.
Gotta remind people of tradition, just like Yondala wants.
Exactly. All right, Duat, you said you were deferring your turn until before the cultists. What are you doing?
Yeah, Dot sort of looks around, people are hurt, like the cultists. Oh, okay, this is not what I am used to. And, Duat is going to, alright, let me just double check the range. 30 feet of you, okay. Duat's gonna look over to this, cultist and sort of like, I would appreciate it if you do not go so close to my friend, and, I would like to push them.
This one?
Yes, I would like to
Okay.
push them, this way. It's a DC 14.
I love telekinetic
DC 14 what?
strength.
Strength.
Strength save. All right. That's a no. How far are they pushed?
Just 5 feet this way away from me.
All right, so you're pushing them this way?
Yeah.
So you push them
No,
into, or this way?
That way.
Either way,
essentially that way.
you are pushing them into a building. Roll me a d6 damage. You see this person hit the side of this building. The wind knocked out of them.
The one that puts their hand up to their non-existent mouth. Oh no.
It is the cultist's turn. This cultist is going to take a swing with her ritual sickle at Duat. That's a 19.
19 hit.
You take 5 damage, 1 point of that being necrotic.
Owie.
The one on the ground with Rosie is going to attempt to make an athletics check to get out of the grapple. Natural 20. It is contested athletics.
Yeah.
Had another nat 20, Rosie.
Honestly, you don't even need a nat 20. You could do a 19.
I rolled 9.
She gets out of your grapple, and she stands up, and she's just like, how dare you mess my robes. This one's going to move forward and attack Duat because of the force push. That's a 20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
It's another 5 points of damage. And then this one is going to attack. Tensuyu. That's a 19. God, I'm rolling well tonight. I'm so sorry.
This one, right?
Say what?
I mean, we're all really rolling well.
Yeah. So this one
This
is
is the
right
one
in front of you,
that's,
yeah.
Yeah, 19 hits then.
That's 4 damage. 3 slashing, 1 necrotic. Noma, it's your turn. Duat looks really fucking hurt.
Oh, I'm about to get their attention real quick. Even if I miss, hopefully the thing I did is actually accurate, and I'm not just fucking wasting holy water on nothing. I'm still flanking, so I still get advantage. Does it still I guess it's still sneak attack because it's just it's
Yep, because you're advantage. Yep. That's a
natural
natural
20.
20. So what happens, what we're going to do for right now, is what you see is the cultist's form melt away. And and something happen. A mephit pulls itself from the physical form of the cultist. Roll damage. So that is 4 plus 4. It's 8, 9.
Do I need to roll anything for radiant?
13. Hold on.
Okay,
18,
holding.
19. And roll 2d4 radiant damage.
Absolutely. 2d4.
So you do 23 points of damage to this mephit and immediately kill it.
I'm gonna look at all the two cultists, at least the ones. I'm gonna look at all the cultists in general. I think I'm your problem now. I'm gonna regret this later. It's gonna fucking suck ass for me, but it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them, there was only one mephit here. The rest of these guys are just cultists.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, I want to make myself the biggest problem.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
these
Jenny, it's your turn. You just saw a mephit chest, kind of explode out of a person. I'm trying not to be graphic about it because I know body horror is not fun for people. But yeah, and then fucking Noma immediately kill it. Like stab through it and then down to the ground, and then it fucking exploded. Yay, dust mephit.
I'm gonna Jenny looks at Noma, smiles really brightly, and gives them a thumbs up as Jenny tries to stab the cultist again.
Okay, go ahead. Roll attack at advantage.
Look, roll. Advantage.
Yeah, 16 hits, roll damage.
6.
You are able to kill this cultist from behind as it was focused on Rosie. And you just kind of are able to stab them in the back, and they bleed out as they fall to the ground.
Me. And in character she's going to say, well, since they're not following Cuthbert's teachings, how about I just teach you Gorums?
Oh god! Blood for Gorum!
And that's my turn.
So, Rosie, as you hear, I will teach you Gorums. Gorum is a war god, is the blood god. His followers are known for, massacres. Do with that information what you will. Duat, it's your turn?
Duat notices that they are rather damaged. I think first and foremost, they are going to use an action to cure wounds themselves.
Okay. You heal 5 points.
Yep. And then there is some hesitation, but they do sort of sigh and I would like it if you would please get away from me, and I'm going to cast Produce Flame.
Is that a cantrip?
Yes.
Okay.
Produce Flame is a cantrip, and allows me to essentially punch someone with a fire in my hand.
Hell yeah. Go right ahead. Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
This was
So
this one.
you punch the one directly to your bottom right, because your pings aren't showing up for me. So you not only punch this person in the face, you burn their face off.
Mm. Good incineration.
Yep. You just
There is a. Tuan is even more worried now. But yeah, that is my turn.
Tetsuyu, there's one cultist left.
There is. And they took a slash at him earlier.
They did. They hit him.
Yeah. You see Tetsuyu. He is glaring at this person. No words, just does a 22 hit.
Yes, it does.
Great. Because I made a willing attack against them and I have a duelist mark on them now,
Mm-hmm.
That's 12 damage
Yeah.
with a cutlass.
Yeah. Damn. You guys hear from behind you the cheering of the people. The people of this town have wanted to see people show this cult what for a good while now. And you can hear, people beginning to cheer, and you see Radovan like hustling his way over, and he looks around and goes, "Well, I suppose stealth has negotiations have broken down, it seems."
I mean, I want to put it out there that I was prepared to walk out. I had plans. I walked out here and they were getting surrounded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tuan is
So-
howling profusely. I am so sorry, friends. I did not know.
It's okay.
You're fine.
It's all right.
To be fair, I'm fairly certain that they would have tried to arrest us for anything, especially the fact I said I wanted to turn them into fish bait. Speaking of which, I
Starts
think
picking up
only
corpses.
sharks will get attracted by them.
Starts picking up corpses. Fucking
Yeah.
loading them onto a boat.
Yeah.
And the Radovan just goes, "Well, I did secure us safety in the inn if we want to rest for the evening and then maybe tackle whatever you folks need to tackle in the morning."
I have a place that would be advisable to visit if you haven't already caught that lead already. Anyway.
We also probably shouldn't be hiding out in the inn while many of the these folks are now good as the dirt. They're going to notice some of their ranks gone.
Well, the reason we're able to hide out in the inn, at least for the time being, is because the owner has a passage that we can stay in that's safe. Unless you want to go try and raid the church now, which is also an option that I'm absolutely down for. But a few of you are pretty hurt.
Well, the little sweetheart over here, gesturing to Noma, did say that they had a good idea, good lead. So we should probably hear all of our options out first before we decide, let's go to bed.
That's true.
And I also might have gotten a boat promised to me if we do all this well enough, so we could always sleep on a boat.
We can always sleep on my boat.
Just, I have a boat now.
I can also help patch up some people if need be.
I can also. I was more saying like, so we weren't out in the open while I was healing you all. But yes, Noma, please. What is your lead?
I have access to do a wellness check on the alderman.
Do?
What's wrong with the alderman?
No one's seen him in several days.
In 6 weeks.
I see.
From what I heard, it was days.
It's weeks. It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah, sorry, weeks.
No, you're good.
What is
Still,
it?
still bad.
Yeah,
Been gone for a
I-
very long time.
The alderman's an old friend of mine. We should definitely go investigate.
I can get us in without needing to break anything.
I was given a spear. Well, no, a walking stick.
I was given a spear.
Yeah.
Looks
It's not a
around.
spear.
Walking stick.
Maybe while
Yeah.
Noma is getting us in, you should be using your walking stick and be behind them as a good old guard, perchance.
Yeah.
Maybe use it as a tripping stick, a hunting stick.
I've been hit in the head with a wooden stick enough
A
to know
bonking
that
stick,
it's,
yeah.
She shows the metal stick.
oh, that's no belaying pin. That's
Yeah.
oh, that'll hurt a lot more.
It's
So-
also sharp.
Crow, you heal 4 points of damage, and Eldritch, you heal 9, as Radovan deals out cure wounds.
Dua does sort of like clear the throat. I believe I also have gotten a walking stick given to me by the spirits above, and they are going to take the
Giant
Shillelagh.
fucking shillelagh out.
I like sticks.
Look at this, Stick Nation. This is my submission. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys want to go and explore the mansion, you absolutely can. It does not have a separate map because I did not think to do that when I was doing it. I only kind of made the map for the church, but we
That's
can theater of the mind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Wellness check.
as you go to the back door of the mansion, you can very easily unlock it. The second the door opens, there is a smell that almost causes you to lose your lunch.
God, alright. Not a good start.
Almost like decay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Entering the back door, you are entering into a large kitchen area. And what you find inside that kitchen is a large, what used to be a pantry, and is now the growing spot of mold, mildew, and mushrooms. There's a big patch on the wall of this black and white mold and these large, bulbous mushrooms that's growing out of it.
Hmm. Hey, Belle.
Yes.
Could I roll survival to try and see if they're edible?
You
Or
may.
what-
You may.
Or what they grow on? Public roll, normal roll. 7.
They grow out of mold, that's for sure, because that's what they're growing out of.
Yeah.
Dua is gonna sort of turn to others. I may look in the pantry. I have a better time with possible poisons and the such. I do not wish to have you inhaling.
As a matter of
Certain-
fact, Venny, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Eight.
Oh no.
So, you, for but a split second, see the face of madness. A tall, long-haired woman who is caressing a living mushroom, flowing through a field of rot. And then you flash back to your body. You are feared, and you are hallucinating for the next minute.
Oh
Question.
no.
Yes.
Could I roll religion?
You don't know that that was religious. But you
Damn. Okay.
I will say, yeah, enough people know of Zucketmoy to roll. Yeah, roll religion. You can roll religion.
Okay. Public roll. I'm assuming at disadvantage?
Yeah, disadvantage.
Okay. 7.
Yeah,
Oh.
you don't know. You think you've just seen again the face of madness, and you are very clearly not okay right this very second because
Yeah.
of it.
Tensui was gonna pull his shirt over his nose.
Radovan will start like handing out these like little bandanas to use as masks.
I'm assuming they don't give one to Duat.
No. He
Yeah.
he very specifically is like plague doctor mask stuffed with herbs. But yeah, Vinny, you are afraid and seeing shadows out of the corners of your eyes.
Yeah.
In this kitchen is a large, probably 30 by 30 foot room. There are two doors that are adjacent to one another, both in the top left hand corner. One that goes left, one that goes up, facing from where the back door was. One seems to be like a servant's exit quarter into a main hall. The other seems to go into the dining hall. So there are, for anybody that kind of missed it, essentially what is in front of you right now in this in the like kitchen is that there is a full wall of mold and mushrooms that goes up into the pantry. And then Jenny tried to examine them, got too close, breathed it in, and saw the face of madness.
Gotcha. Okay.
You see her like, wow, that is a very strong mushroom.
Does Ginny look actively afraid and or hallucinating?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, these are very
Yeah,
strong.
Yeah, Duat is going to like sort of pull them away from the mushrooms as much as possible. Please sit down.
Radovan gently pulls the a bandana around your face, ties it off so you don't breathe in any more spores.
Rosie's just producing small, like, floral scents. Or, like,
Love
neutral
this.
scents to
Love
balance out
this.
the necrosis.
Yeah, because it stinks in here.
Yeah, so it's just druid crafting, like, the smell of gardenias. Sunflowers.
Yeah,
Radovan
Duat is
looks
hoping to
over.
like.
Radovan looks over. Thank you.
So, this is not a good sign. Evidently.
No, I'd say it's not. Usually seeing a wall full of rot and mold is a very bad sign.
Wait, you don't see? And she describes what she saw. Which was
What is-
Zeptimor.
Okay, I need to look. Yeah,
The
I need
face
to
of
look at
madness.
her. Yeah, I need to look at her to describe her. Pantheon. So she says, "Wait, you don't see the lady surrounded by mushrooms and rot and decay?"
No.
Okay. These are very strong.
Yeah, Duat is going to like sit Ginny down specifically. Please sit still. I want to see if I can help, and I would like to try a medicine check to see if I can help at all.
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for that actually.
Okay.
Actually, could I use the help action for that?
You may. So that would still only be a 12. So essentially what that is. Or wait, did you already? No, go ahead and re-roll that. So roll an advantage. I didn't see that you didn't roll it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So still
I'm
at
going to
12.
use my inspiration.
Yep, go ahead.
There we go, 19.
Okay, so with a 19, probably a lot of water, getting away from the mushrooms, but like, this is going to take a minute to wear off.
Okay.
It's not something you can actively bring someone down from without seriously affecting their mental state.
I'll stay back here with them. Not the first time a member of my crew had something they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, towards her not. Please keep an eye on her. Get her any water if you have any.
Pulls out ginger ale.
And Tensuyu is just gonna pull out one of the bottles of gingered ale. It's not quite water, but it'll go down the hatch really easy.
I mean, ginger ale is one of the few sodas that is a hydrant. They do hydrate you because there's no caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pops 2 bottles open, one for himself and one for Ginny.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull those 2 items out.
All right. So what these will do is you are. I don't know if the sickened condition is a thing in this.
It
It
should
is.
be.
It is.
Yeah, it's a poison condition.
So
Yeah, poison condition, second condition, basically.
So these ginger ales will make you immune to being poisoned for the next 8 hours.
Excellent. Oh, Tensuyu got his money worth.
Oh yeah. No, I wasn't gonna scam you out of gold.
You say as you had me dealing with the gnome mafia unknowingly.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't steal from them. You're fine.
Yeah, you are a pirate, so you're a business partner, potentially.
Yeah, you're part of the mafia.
Oh god.
Listen,
I'm complicit.
You are. You
Listen,
are in
I-
fact complicit.
I'm just hoping that they're impressed by
By you
impressed
trying
by
to
me
steal
enough
from
to-
them.
like, almost getting away with it and then not being an ass about it. You know, little dreams, but that's not what's going on right now. Get out of here.
So yeah, there are 2 doors. One that leads into the dining hall. One that leads into the main hall. What are you doing?
There's what?
It's also very
Without-
dark in here, and Radovan is going to cast light on his warhammer and hold it up like a torch.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, what were the 2 rooms again?
There's the main hall, and then the dining hall. Are the 2 rooms you could
Um,
go to after this one.
Let's check the main hall and then go to the dining hall. If there's nothing in there. If everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, I was waiting for the rest of the group to confer.
Yeah, no. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic. As you enter the main hall, what you are able to see is signs of struggle. Going up the stairs, there are clear signs that there was a fight here. Whoever did fight here was very good with the blade, whatever weapon they were using, and from the signs of the footwork, bundling up the carpet on the stairs. Following this fighting pattern, you begin to see droplets of blood leading into a large upper hallway, where you find, leaned against a wall, clutching a wound, rapier still in his hand, the alderman, a young man.
Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
you find a corpse.
Sorry.
He's a young man, no older than 22, human, rapier in hand, hand on his wound. Probably didn't die very long ago. Like, from what you guys can tell, the Revivify spell would probably still work, if anybody could cast it. But he's not. If you act fast, you could stabilize him.
Worth a shot, at the very least. But I'm not a medical professional.
I ask the healers in the party, what do you do?
Does it have to be stabilization? Because I do still have a spell slot to cure wounds.
Spells will also work.
Okay, yeah. Duat is going to
Essentially, he's at
immediately
0 hit points and bleeding out. So
Duat is going to immediately rush toward and cast cure wounds on the guy.
okay.
Or how much?
Yeah, for how much is the question?
11.
His eyes shoot open, his blade comes up to your neck, and he goes, "Who? Where? What happened?
Please,
Are they gone?"
please please put the blade down.
He gently, his blade kind of falls. He looks around. Who are you people?
Duat is going to turn to everyone else first.
We don't have a group name yet, do we?
Yeah, Radovan stayed down with fucking Ginny and
Oh yeah, Tensuyu's
yeah,
also
Tensuyu.
downstairs.
yeah, Radovan, Tensuyu, and Ginny stayed downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think Rosie would be like, "Hi, we're friends of Radovan, and we're coming here on a wellness check to make sure that you're all right. And clearly, you're not all right."
No, the cultists, they made their way into my house. They're not Cuthbert. They're,
Oh,
cultist Zuctamoy. He sheathes his rapier.
ah.
Ugh.
Well,
They've
that
been-
does explain some things.
They've been turning the townspeople into methods. I investigated into the church last night, and they followed me back home. I've been trying to stay low for the past 6 weeks, so they think maybe I went away, maybe I went missing. Very obviously, they were on to me, and it was a struggle. And he'll gesture to the corner across from him, where you guys see 3 dead cultists.
Well,
And
got him.
they did not expect me to be as good of a fighter as I am.
They do seem to be the kind of folk that are underestimating many folk here.
Yeah.
We did have to rough up some of them outside in the town market, I believe.
That sounds about right. My name's Matthias Christie. I'm the alderman of this village. And he holds his hand out to shit for anybody to shake it.
Sure. I'll shake his hand.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you for your timely rescue.
Glad we got here when we did.
Me too. Me too.
Do you need a hand up?
No, and he kind of holds his hand up and he goes, I got it. Thank you.
Alright.
He slowly raises up to his feet. When he stands up, what you guys notice is that he is tall. He looked like a human slumped over on the ground. But what a lot of you are noticing, this is a half giant.
Jesus Christ. Tall man.
He is part hill giant.
Jeez, look at him.
And he just kind of goes, not often do I see people from out of town in town, especially not more of the wee folk. Hello down there. And he'll wave, not in a condescending manner to Rosie, but he's he's not used to seeing people that much smaller than him.
Yeah, no, I think Rosie is just very much going, "Whoa, big fella. No wonder you took out those fine folk right over there real quick."
Well, they're not the only ones.
Mighty powerful.
He'll walk over and he moves the curtains of his window and it is shattered through that one down, and you can see there's one that he literally threw out of his window that's laying with a broken spine in the backyard. I don't know if he's dead or not. Huh.
Well, judging that he hasn't walked it off.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
well, either he's dead or he's got a broken back. I'm hoping for the broken back, because then we can interrogate him.
I mean, we can certainly check.
But yes, thank you. I genuinely appreciate your help, and he'll like begin to walk around to inspect the property, and he goes, they did all of this, and you know, you guys could see like there's mushrooms in different places. They did all of this in a matter of an hour.
Oh my god. That's terrible.
Yeah, the Spore Queen, as she's known, can infect wood very easily. I'm gonna have to burn this house down.
Probably
Yep.
a sound idea, but I know another wee folk of mine who's really good at carpentry.
That's true. You talking about Old Man Willoughby?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he helped me build this place, so I'm pretty sure if I burned it down, he'd help me build it again. I just gotta trim, and he'll gesture up to the like trees that are kind of cresting his house. I just have to trim those so it doesn't burn the forest down. Put some big stones around the house, maybe, so the fire could be contained. Anyway, I can't stay here. And you see him like grab, like he picks up. He like goes over to a room and opens it, and there is an armory inside. I don't know how well armed you folks are, but feel free to partake of anything that I have here that may fit you. The armory seems untouched. There's no rot in here. There's no gross things. So,
What's he got?
So he has like different types of like studded leather armor. There's half plate. There's long swords, short swords, spears. Like this looks like if he had to arm the people, this is where he would have done it from.
Gotcha.
And there are halfling-sized equipment as well, and like different things, just in case he had to arm Willoughby at one point or another. And you see him kind of walk over and pick up these gauntlets, and he goes, "I'd like to give these to your group as a thank you. I don't know which of you will need them, but..." And he hands you a pair of gauntlets of ogre power.
Oh.
I can go see who wants to throw hands. Downstairs.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming this guy has studded leather.
Yeah, there's studded
And-
leather armor. There
Yeah,
is, in
so, like,
fact,
that's the
studded
only-
leather.
That's the only thing higher that I can really wear right now.
Yep, there's studded leather. There's short swords, so you're not just using daggers.
I
yeah.
have other weapons.
Okay. But yeah, there's
It's-
like rapiers, there's short swords, there's long swords, scimitars, etc. Anything you could really feasibly grab, it's in here. If anybody wanted to grab like a great sword or something like that.
Duat is sort of looking into it. Does anyone want the half plate? I could take it, but it will take me an hour to put on.
I can't wear it.
My armor is quite sturdy enough. Just kind of patting the chainmail.
So yeah, Duat, have at the half plate.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I will be somewhere private to put this on.
There's a forge in the basement.
Ah, that is perfect, actually. Thank you.
No
And-
problem. There is, in fact, a set of plate mail, like full plate. There's half plate. There's one set of full plate. There's, and then he gave you guys the gauntlets of ogre power, which is the only real magic item that's in here.
I'm content with an armor upgrade.
Okay.
You're just gonna have a halfway with clunkiest.
The
Armor.
clunkiest armor, yeah.
It's okay. I'm never passing a stealth check. That's my goal.
Never pass a stealth check and also never hit in combat. Like, never be hit in combat.
Listen, Rosie is short, small, loud, and in charge, so We don't need stealthing. That's Nolma's job. That's our sweetheart's job.
Yeah.
Good job, kid.
Doing
Pinches
my
your cheek.
best.
This full
Pouts.
plate armored halfling suplexing people across the bar room.
Just pouting. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm great.
Yeah. So with that armor upgrade and that reward for murdering a bunch of cultists and saving the alderman, that is where we will end this session for tonight, because it is 1:30 in the morning. I appreciate you guys for being here. I really, really had a fun time. Can't wait to do this again and continue the terror in Mulbern. And hopefully, maybe,
yeah.
y'all will be able to investigate other parts of Mulbern, like the abandoned lighthouse, and also
Yeah.
the church.
Also,
The
by the way,
church.
I did not realize that would give me a 20 AC.
Oh yeah, no, I did. When I offered you guys these things, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I already have a natural +1 to my armor.
Yep.
Yeah, Duod and Rosie out
Oh,
here
Lord.
having 20 AC.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you
It's gonna
everybody.
be horrible once
uh,
I get wild
fucking
shape.
Right. Thank you everybody for being here. I really had a fantastic time. Remember, for those of you who are watching over on YouTube, to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And fuck you, Dave.
Fuck you,
Fuck you,
Dave.
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 Dave.